Chapter 2761 Tri-Clan Meeting. Soon, Shanying and another existence beyond the origin upper realm overlord level were discussed to get down to business. In a little while, will the fruit be harvested? Well, the above has decided that this place has been cultivated for 10 million years to the Tao era, and the fruit has matured. During this time, the above is estimated to come to investigate, and don't do anything about stealing the source. I know, be honest during this time, otherwise you will steal too much of the source, affect the ripening of the fruit, and make the above angry, you and I will be unlucky. As they spoke, their voices fell silent. Blood Raven is dead. The Taoist ancestors of the reincarnation clan were a little regretful and a little frightened. They were afraid that the entire reincarnation clan would be threatened, but fortunately, nothing happened in the past period of time, and they breathed a sigh of relief. And this matter, Samsara Heavenly Clan and Samsara Source Clan do not know at all. Yi Tian naturally does not know either. At this time, Yi Tian is still working hard for the limit of the sixth balance. Years go by, Yi Tian's cultivation is improving rapidly, and his strength is also steadily improving. After about 100 million years of the primordial era, he discovered that something was wrong. Something is wrong, the energy of the eternal beyond is decreasing. Yi Tian frowned. If that's the case, that's fine, but the energy of the reincarnation domain is also decreasing. It is the source that is decreasing. Yi Tian glanced at the source and understood it completely. If the reduction of the source is smaller, it will not have any effect. After all, practitioners who break through have to absorb the power of the source, and when practitioners fall, they will feed back to the source, and the source will gradually grow. Therefore, the reduction of the source for a time cannot affect the land of the other side of eternity and the domain of reincarnation. But now, the reduction of the source is too great, and it is still decreasing, which leads to the rapid reduction of the energy of the eternal beyond land and the reincarnation domain. If it continues like this, all kinds of precious resources will be difficult to breed, and it will become more difficult for those origin upper realm heavenly ancestors to become the overlord of origin upper realm. Certainly, this situation has little impact on weak creatures, but has a great impact on the primordial upper realm overlord. At first, many origin upper realm overlords didn't care much, but after a while, everyone had to care. Reincarnation domain. The high-level members of the Samsara Heavenly Clan gathered together to discuss this matter. Yazoo, Junzu, and Troutzu, the overlords who have awakened the origin of the upper realm 9 times, are in a very bad mood. Everyone, you should all feel that the source of the reincarnation domain is greatly reduced, resulting in a decline in the energy of the entire reincarnation domain. If this continues, many resources that will help us improve our strength will no longer be born to. Quote, it should be that something happened to the origin of the reincarnation domain, and the reincarnation clan should know something about it. Will the reincarnation deceit tell us? The foundation of the reincarnation clan lies in the origin of the reincarnation domain. When something happens to the origin of the reincarnation domain, they are the most anxious, so they will definitely say it. Then get in touch with them. At the same time, the Samsara Source Clan panicked. They know more than Samsara Heavenly Clan. They knew very well that outside the reincarnation domain was a prison. Could it be that Zuzu angered the existence outside the prison? But they certainly wouldn't say such a thing. Soon, the Samsara Heavenly Clan contacted the Samsara Clan, and the Samsara Clan was even more panicked at this time. They believed that the Blood Raven had angered the existence above the overlord of the primordial upper realm. Therefore, when they learned that the Samsara Heavenly Clan contacted them, they did not know how to reply. But if it continues like this, the source of reincarnation will continue to decrease, and their cultivation will even decrease. After all, the origin imprint of the entire reincarnation clan is in the origin of the reincarnation domain, and the substantial reduction of the origin of the reincarnation domain will also weaken their origin imprint, and the cultivation base will naturally decrease. Call a meeting of the 3 clans. This is not our clan's business, maybe we can solve it by uniting. The senior leaders of the reincarnation clan decided. It didn't take long for the top beings of the Samsara Heavenly Clan, the Samsara Clan, and the Samsara Yuan Clan, and the powerhouses at the level of the Overlord who had awakened the origin of the 9 times, gathered in the place where the 3 clans intersected. Many existences such as Yazoo, Junzu, Troutzu, Jaws, and Yizu began to be discussed one by one. Ancestor temples, you reincarnation clan are in charge of the origin of reincarnation domain, you should know what happened. Azu asked. At this time, Temple Ancestor said, I won't hide from you, not long ago, the ancestor of the blood crow of our family entered the depths of the origin of the reincarnation domain, there is a taboo area, any origin upper realm overlord will go into trouble. The ancestor of the blood crow goes in. After that, he was severely injured by a finger, but he went again for the second time and fell directly. This time the source of the reincarnation domain has been greatly reduced. It should be that the taboo area is swallowing the source of the reincarnation domain, but what happened specifically, we dare not go in. A finger has severely damaged the ancestor of the blood crow. Could it be that it has surpassed the existence above the overlord of the original upper realm? Yazoo and the others were shocked. They didn't know this information before. If it wasn't for something happening in the reincarnation domain, the reincarnation clan probably wouldn't have said it at all. So, there is a wider world outside the reincarnation domain. Is there an existence beyond the overlord of the original upper realm? Junzu frowned. Time, Ancestor Ya said. Everyone, since something happened to the reincarnation domain, our reincarnation source clan will not hide it. Ancestor Bai broke through half a step, and before he fell, he cut open the domain of reincarnation, exhausted all his strength, and saw a picture. Saying that, he visualized the prison picture. This is a prison. Many origin upper realm overlords were shocked. Yes, Qian Hao Zuzu nodded. This is a prison, and it covers the domain of reincarnation, and it should also cover places such as the land of eternity and the ruins of reincarnation. It seems that our reincarnation domain is just a world in a prison. Yazoo's face became ugly. If it is really a prison, wouldn't they be unable to leave the domain of reincarnation? If nothing happened to the reincarnation domain before, that's fine, at least they still have the hope of advancing to a higher realm. But the energy of the reincarnation domain is getting less and less, and the resources in the future are getting lower and lower. The point is, if the existence that regards the reincarnation domain as a prison shoots at them, how can they resist? We can't sit still. Maybe we can unite and form a big formation, break out from the depths of the origin of the reincarnation domain, maybe we can spy a little mystery and understand the real truth. Temple Ancestor suggested. Chapter 2762 Prison Breaking Array. For the proposal of the Temple Ancestor, Yazoo of the Samsara clan did not agree. Ancestors, something happened to the origin of the reincarnation domain, and your reincarnation clan is most affected. You are naturally eager to solve it and even dare to take risks. However, if you anger the existence above the overlord of the origin, what will you do with us? Azu asked. Other origin upper realm overlords also nodded, and they were also worried about this issue. Temple Ancestor pondered for a while, and said, the existence beyond the origin of the upper realm overlord may not be able to enter. Before, the ancestor of the blood crow angered the other party, but after returning, he was not killed. If it is not the ancestor of the blood crow without re-entering the restricted area, one should be able to live for a while longer. Therefore, the opponent will most likely not be able to enter. Furthermore, after the half-step breakthrough, Zuzu cut off a fragment of the prison without attracting revenge. Therefore, they shouldn't be able to get in. Who can guarantee that they really can't get in? Another origin upper realm overlord asked. Everyone, if we take a risk, we may be able to spy on the truth and secrets, and it is possible to step into the realm above the overlord of the original upper realm. If you are always so timid, if you don't have a day, you will die outside the prison. In the hands of that existence. Temple Ancestor said again. We have to think about it. Junzu said. Other origin upper realm overlords also think the same way, and they have to wait and see for 500 and don't rush to respond. Afterwards, they discussed for a while, but there was still no result, and they left one by one. The energy of reincarnation domain and eternal beyond land is decreasing faster and faster. Yi Tian frowned slightly. He felt that something was absorbing the origin of places such as reincarnation domain and eternal beyond. Moreover, the top level of the Samsara celestial clan seems to know something, but his Ouchin copying body strength and cultivation base are still not high enough to participate, so the specific situation is not clear at present. Therefore, he can only continue to wait now. Before you know it, tens of millions of primordial era years have passed. At this time, compared with the past, the energy of the reincarnation domain has dropped 5 times, and the origin of the reincarnation domain has been depleted. Many origin upper level overlords cannot continue to break through, and the breakthrough is more than 10 times more difficult. Even the origin level Tianzu of Tianshan Pavilion is many times more difficult to break through. In the past, they attacked higher realms. For example, the ancestors of the middle realm attacked the ancestors of the upper realm. During the breakthrough process, the origin of the land of the other side of eternity came to help them break through. The source is extremely weak, how can it help to break through? This makes it very difficult to break through. Reincarnation of the ancestors. Yazoo and the others were all panicked. If they continued like this, the entire Samsara Heavenly clan would be afraid that no one member would be able to continue to break through. Agree with the suggestion of the Reincarnation clan, otherwise, if this continues, the Reincarnation domain will inevitably be in chaos, and even the three clans will have to break out into conflicts, fighting for resources. It is better to give it a try. Yazoo said. Then agree. The other 9 awakened origin overlords nodded their heads. On the other hand, the Samsara Source clan also agreed. Since then, the high-level members of the three clans began to study such a formation. The general formation is definitely not good, and to create the formation that can tear the depths of the origin of the reincarnation domain, it is only by a 9th awakening of the origin of the upper realm. Overlords are definitely not acceptable, and all 9 awakening origin upper realm overlords are required to come and study. However, after a period of time, they felt that they could get those 7 or 8 awakened origin upper realm overlords to also participate, which would be a little helpful. So Yi Tian's mysterious copy body was recruited. When Yi Tian officially joined in, only then did he know the plans of the Samsara Celestial clan, the Samsara Source clan and the Samsara clan, and the specific information also left one by one. Prison, beyond the existence above the overlord of the origin of the 9 awakenings. The origin of the reincarnation domain has been sucked away. Yi Tian understood. The domain of reincarnation, the ruins of reincarnation, and the land of the other side of eternity are all areas inside the prison, and now there is a change in the prison. The three clans are panic, want to break the prison, seek the truth, do not want to sit still. But outside the prison, there is definitely an existence beyond the 9 awakened origin upper realm overlords, and there may even be more than one. The idea of the three clans is very bold, and they will all be destroyed if they are not careful. But if that existence cannot enter the domain of reincarnation, then the behavior of the three clans will not happen. Prison. Yi Tian remembered the first ancestor Yuan. The first ancestor Yuan might know more about the situation, but he didn't spread the news. Perhaps the first ancestor Yuan was also extremely desperate and felt that the latecomers could not compete with each other, so he did not send the news. The information is out. If there is a force outside the prison, this force must have a plan for this place. Now that the source is consumed a lot, it may be their plan. Will this plan destroy the domain of reincarnation and the land of eternity? This is not only a problem that Yi Tian is worried about, but also a problem that the three Samsara clans are worried about. Another time has passed. Yi Tian and the high-level members of the three Samsara clans have been creating formations, and each one has a clear division of labor, creating little by little. In the blink of an eye, the 300 million primeval era has passed. Such long years of research, using so many origin upper realm overlords and many deduction treasures, finally allowed them to create a very terrifying formation. Prison breaking array. This formation requires more than 30 masters at the level of the origin upper realm overlord who have awakened 9 times, and more than 10,000 origin upper realm overlords must be activated together to activate it. And arranging this formation also requires countless top-notch resources. Fortunately, the resources of the 3 tribes of Samsara are abundant, so it can be obtained. Then start the formation. Yazoo and the others took action one after another. This prison-breaking formation, just to arrange it, I am afraid that it will take hundreds of thousands of years of the primordial era. Reincarnation domain, eternity is only 10 at the beginning, and the energy of the other side of eternity is only 1/20th of the original. Many practitioners have no realm. Since the hundreds of millions of primordial era, apart from the birth of Tianshan Pavilion, a origin upper realm overlord has never been born again, not even a origin upper realm heavenly ancestor. Yi Tian muttered, it is not only the land of the other side of eternity, but also the other side of the reincarnation domain. The most miserable is the reincarnation of the reincarnation, and there have been many overlords of the primordial upper realm who have fallen into the realm. After consuming so many resources, my cultivation base has finally reached the 6th level of balance. The rules of the Supreme Tao are progressing slowly, but at least it's still a little bit of progress. Now I have to hit the 7th level of balance. I don't know if I can break through. Success. If it was before, he had a 100% breakthrough success rate, but now it's hard to say. If there is no Supreme Tao rule, it is almost impossible for him to break through, but now with the Supreme Tao rule, there is only hope of breaking through. Chapter 2763 Action, Break the Prison. The 3 Samsara clans are ready to act. Before they act, they will break through their cultivation as soon as possible. Only when the strength reaches the 7th balance realm and has the invincible combat power of the 9 awakened origin upper realm overlords can they guarantee safety in the future. Yi Tian thought so. Moreover, he has a hunch that after reaching the 7th balance, his strength will definitely increase more than he imagined. But the specifics have to look after the breakthrough. In these years, he has been preparing for the 7th balance, better 3-source secret medicine, a large number of reincarnation pills and various resources are ready, just to break through the 3rd balance. Then start breaking through. A copy of Yi Tian's body began to impact the 7th balance realm. And this shock naturally needs to use the rules of the Tao, otherwise he will never be able to break the shackles. Boom! Yi Tian began to attack again, and in a blink of an eye, hundreds of thousands of years and months of the primordial era passed. At this time, his cloned body was already riddled with holes, which was the result of many failed breakthroughs. However, he also gained a lot of experience. Changed to a replica body and continued to break through. 1 inch. Yi Tian decided. Subsequently, his other clones continued to break through, but they still failed. With the passage of time, he became more and more aware of the 7th balance, had more and more insights, and naturally the hope of breakthrough became greater and greater. This day, crack, the bottleneck in the dark was torn apart. Yi Tian successfully broke the shackles, and it was still a perfect breakthrough, which did not affect the body. At this time, the rules of the Tao shattered the bottleneck, and absorbed the energy from the outside world and poured into the body. Of course, the external energy was scarce, so he used all his resources to refine and help him break through. The improvement obtained by this breakthrough is too great. Yi Tian's body is changing every moment, his cultivation is getting higher and higher, and in the end, he also forcibly devoured the energy of the source of eternal beyond. The source of the land of the other side of eternity is very weak, and if Yi Tian is sucked in like this, it will be even weaker. After about 5 million primeval era years, Yi Tian's cultivation was officially stable. Finally broke through to the 7th equilibrium state. Yi Tian was excited. His current strength is many times stronger than in the past, which is a qualitative improvement. He could easily crush his previous self, which meant that he could easily crush a powerful 9-time awakened origin high realm overlord. This is the invincible overlord of the 9 awakened origins upper realm. Of course, he should still be unable to compete with the existence above the overlord of the original upper realm, but there may be hope of saving his life. The 3 reincarnations are about to start action. Yi Tian secretly said, deep in the origin of the reincarnation domain. The overlords of the primordial upper realm who broke the boundary of the reincarnation clan are all here, ready to attract the powerhouses of the reincarnation heavenly clan and the reincarnation source clan, and cooperate with the prison to break the prison array. Let's start, Temple Ancestor said. Soon, all the originating upper realm overlords received the news. Yi Tian's Ouchin copy body is also one of them, standing at a node of the prison breaking formation. After getting the news, he immediately activated the formation. Boom! A primordial upper realm overlord urged the prison breaking array. The entire formation covered a huge area, and even brought many origin upper realm overlords into the origin of the samsara domain, gradually approaching the depths of the origin of the samsara domain. It didn't take long for this prison breaking formation to come to the depths of the origin of the reincarnation domain. If one's consciousness keeps zooming in and overlooks this prison breaking formation, it can be seen that this formation is like an all, with terrifying penetrating power. Let's start, Yazoo and the others shouted. Boom! The prison breaking array began to push with all its strength, and the power of the formation turned into an incomparably huge all, instantly tearing apart the restricted area in the depths of the origin of the samsara domain. Click! The restricted area was torn apart, and the consciousness of many origin upper realm overlords also extended along with the prison breaking array. Certainly, their bodies are still in the origin of the reincarnation domain, but they don't dare to really step into the restricted area, otherwise they will have to face the existence above the overlord of the origin, and it will be easy to fall. They don't want to die. Broken, Yazoo and the others were excited. Soon, a huge light curtain of prison appeared in their perception. The dense beams of light formed a huge prison, covering the entire reincarnation domain and other places. This prison is too big, and they can't perceive it all, they can only perceive a corner. At this time, he saw the reason why the origin of the reincarnation domain disappeared. I saw that there was an incomparably huge giant tree growing above the prison. The roots of this giant tree were digging in, and they were absorbing the origin of the reincarnation domain. A for flowersa, and this giant tree is giving birth to a huge fruit. At this moment, Yazoo and the others finally understood, no matter how stupid they were. The disappearance of the source is precisely to nurture this giant tree and let it give birth to fruit. It's just that now the fruit is about to be bred, there are too many sources needed, and this is the source of the reincarnation domain and the eternal land. At this time, a figure appeared next to the giant tree, and the other party discovered the prison-breaking formation. Court death. The opponent shot, and a big palm rolled over. The power of this palm far surpassed that of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm overlord. And Yi Tian sensed the power of the supreme Tao rule from it, which was stronger than his supreme Tao rule. 0.00. In terms of strength, he is naturally not the opponent of this existence. But there are so many origin upper realm overlords of the 3 samsara clans, and it is not that they have no strength to contend with the help of the prison-breaking formation. Break the prison, Yazoo and the others roared. Boom. A primordial overlord of the upper realm burns blood, origin, urges forbidden techniques, and urges the prison to break the prison at all costs. The dazzling light ripped apart everything, and even ripped the palm of that powerful being. However, not only that, the prison-breaking formation directly tore the prison. Click. The prison was pierced, and pieces of debris fell down and fell into the domain of reincarnation. Buzzing. Another figure appeared, armed with a weapon, and rushed towards the prison-breaking array. A group of little bugs, dare to resist. Boom. Under the attack of these 2 overlords beyond the origin, the prison-breaking formation was directly broken, and the bodies of the overlords of the origin were cracked, and the weak overlords of the origin were directly killed. In an instant, at least more than 5,000 origin upper realm overlords fell. And those powerhouses of the rank of overlords who had awakened the origin of the first realm 9 times had endured most of the shocks, and they were also hit hard one by one. Retreat. Yazoo and the others roared. They immediately came out of the source of the samsara domain, and the 2 existences did not come in. Obviously they really couldn't get in, otherwise they would never give up chasing and killing the corpse because they were so angry. Chapter 2764 Start the killing mechanism. What a horrible attack. Yazoo looked at his injured body and the more than 5,000 fallen primordial upper realm overlords and was extremely shocked. He found that he still underestimated the existence beyond the overlord of the primordial upper realm. The prison-breaking array can at least counteract more than 95% of the attacks, and after they share the power that really descends on every origin upper realm overlord is very weak, but even so, it still kills so many origins. Beginning to be the overlord of the upper realm, and the prison-breaking formation was also broken. If they didn't use the reincarnation domain as protection, they would be slaughtered by those existences soon. Fortunately, the prison was broken, and a big gap was opened. Now the speed at which the source of the reincarnation domain is sucked away is many times slower, which is obviously effective. Junzu said. Hurry up to rest and recover, and then restore the prison-breaking formation. 500, we have to break the prison again, it is best to destroy that giant tree. Temple Ancestor said. The other origin upper realm overlords nodded one after another. However, their mood is still very bad, after all, they have lost so many origin upper realm overlords. Afterwards, they collected the prison fragments one by one and distributed them among the 3 reincarnations. There are too many fragments this time. If you focus on letting a few origin upper realm overlords comprehend, there is really hope to comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao. Those 2 are existences above the overlords of the primordial upper realm, they are really terrifying. Yi Tian now knew the purpose of the prison, not only to trap the reincarnation domain, the land of the eternal other side, but to cultivate that giant tree, or that fruit. The value of that fruit is unimaginable. However, his strength is still not comparable to that existence, and he is not qualified to snatch that fruit. However, after the tossing of the Samsara 3 clans, it would take longer for that fruit to mature. Therefore, he still has enough strength to grow up. Outside the prison, Shanying and another strong man, Dongying, had very ugly faces. These little bugs actually destroyed a corner of the Forbidden Tao formation, damn it. The Forbidden Tao Great Array must be repaired as soon as possible, otherwise the ripening time of this fruit will be extended many times. Originally, it will be ripe after a while, but now this kind of thing has happened. The Forbidden Tao Great Array is very complicated. If there is a little less debris, it can be repaired very quickly by relying on the repairing ability of the Forbidden Tao Great Array itself, but now that such a big hole is missing, it is too slow to repair by itself. A formation master who is good at Forbidden Tao formation has come to fix it. I can only notify the top that a top formation master is coming, and the specific situation has to be reported. I hope the punishment will be lighter. We have to strictly prevent these guys from continuing to attack the Forbidden Tao Great Array. Subsequently, They contacted the above, and the above orders were issued. Start the killing mechanism. Ha 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 ha, the killing mechanism is finally activated. Shaking is extremely excited. When they discovered this place, not only did they set up a forbidden road formation, but they also left some means inside it at a considerable cost to prevent accidents. Originally, the above did not want to activate the killing mechanism, because the killing mechanism may also cause unknown effects. But now, these little bugs dare to destroy the forbidden Tao Great Array and affect the fruit ripening plan, so they must be destroyed. Some time passed. A figure came over, it was a top formation master, and brought the activation of the killing mechanism. Chaos C Array Master, the killing mechanism must be activated by you. Shaking said, it is good. The Chaos C Array Master took out a very complicated array plate and connected the damaged Forbidden Tao Great Array. The entire Forbidden Tao Great Array released a dazzling light, and countless nodes erupted with terrifying energy. Next moment, a wave of fluctuations emanated from the Forbidden Tao Great Array and spread to the reincarnation domain in the land of eternity. It's done, Shaking laughed. The reincarnation of the golden worm's lair. A large number of reincarnation golden insects were sleeping, and suddenly, a wave of fluctuations came. A certain mechanism on their bodies was activated, and they opened their eyes one by one, and a tyrannical aura emanated, and the aura became stronger and stronger, and the body became stronger and stronger. Boom boom boom. The strength of these reincarnation gold bugs has increased several times in an instant. Then, they came out of the nest. And this is just a nest. A large number of reincarnation golden worm nests have dispatched a large number of reincarnation golden nests, killing all creatures they see. In addition to the reincarnation golden worm, there are also all kinds of terrifying creatures who have awakened one by one, and their strength has become stronger. There are rules left by the ancestors of the eternal other side. These golden worms of reincarnation are not easy to break through, so they directly kill the reincarnation domain. Certainly, there are also some other creatures in the other side of eternity that are affected by the killing mechanism and appear one after another. Reincarnation domain. The three reincarnations have sensed the appearance of a large number of reincarnation gold bugs and various other creatures. A reincarnation gold booga, a titan giant booga, a devouring black wormsa. These are the three most terrifying insects, but these insects are usually sleeping, and the three reincarnations do not provoke them. However, now these bugs have all awakened, and many weak bugs have also become the overlord realm of the primordial upper realm, and there are too many. Soon, the three samsara clans will fight against these insects, and there is still time to repair the prison and prison formation. Why did the reincarnation golden worm suddenly wake up? And there were also many reincarnation golden worms with 9 awakenings of the origin upper realm overlord level, and other creatures, they were all crazy. Yi Tian frowned. This situation is very abnormal. Sudden, he thought of the 2 strong men outside the prison, perhaps this matter has something to do with them. It's true that they can't get in, but that doesn't mean they don't have other means. Creatures such as reincarnation gold bugs may be their means. 5.9 Yi Tian can't manage the domain of reincarnation now, he must first ensure the safety of the land on the other side of eternity. On the other side of eternity, a variety of incomparably ancient creatures appeared, almost all of them were incomparably powerful. Wild Ancestor and other overlords of the 8th Awakening Origin Upper Realm panicked, and they all took action to protect their forces. But those weak creatures suffered, they couldn't resist it at all. The eastern region of Beyond Eternity. A variety of terrifying creatures appeared, seemingly awakening from an unknown place. Countless creatures showed despair and were not qualified to resist. Suddenly, a copy of Yi Tian's body appeared. Boom. The terrifying rays of light swept away, and those creatures that were comparable to the overlords of the primordial upper realm died one after another. Chapter 2765 The Reincarnation 3 clans suffered heavy losses. Where did these creatures come from? Yi Tian frowned slightly. Usually, he has never seen these creatures at all, it should be hidden in a very hidden place, and has been sleeping. This is not a coincidence, the entire reincarnation domain, the land of eternity beyond, and even the ruins of reincarnation, this is not a coincidence, it should be that the existence outside the prison used a special method to wake them up and let them kill everything. Yi Tian guessed. However, these creatures do not kill each other. Moreover, he found that these creatures have no intelligence now, and are completely killing machines. The power in the land of eternity is very weak, and those overlord-level forces can only activate a large formation to protect themselves and dare not go out. Only Yi Tian helped everywhere to kill these creatures. Fortunately, the number of such creatures in the land of the other side of eternity is not very large, and they are relatively weak, and there is not one that is comparable to the overlord of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm. Then, Yi Tian killed them all easily. But, there are many golden worms of samsara in the ruins of reincarnation, and he can't kill them all in a short time, so he can only kill them slowly. 29 And the reincarnation golden bug is also of good value. He is going to let a group of Tiantian Pavilion members enter the market of reincarnation. He kills the reincarnation gold bug and takes the source stone of the reincarnation gold bug. These origin stones are useless to him, but they are priceless treasures for the members of Tiantian Pavilion, which can greatly enhance their strength. Even though it is more difficult to break through the realm now, there are a large number of golden worms of reincarnation, and they can still forcibly break their shackles. Soon, the branch of Tiantian Pavilion in the ruins of reincarnation has been established, and Yi Tian's replica body sits here. And other cloned bodies slaughtered these golden worms all over the ruins of reincarnation. This day, a golden worm of reincarnation that is comparable to the level of the overlord of the 9 awakened origins upper realm appeared. If the other 9 awakened overlords of the upper realm encountered this golden worm of reincarnation, it would be really troublesome. However, to Yi Tian, this golden worm of reincarnation is just an ant. Boom! One of Yi Tian's hands turned into a giant hand, instantly pinching the golden worm of reincarnation, and the power of the rules of the Tao suppressed it down. No matter how the reincarnation golden bug resists, it cannot escape. Click! Yi Tian squeezed and directly crushed this reincarnation golden worm. This reincarnation golden worm tried to recover, but was crushed again. Soon, the reincarnation golden bug was completely dead. It's too easy to kill the reincarnation golden bug of the overlord level of awakened origin upper realm 9 times with my current strength. This origin stone in the main body of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm tyrant is somewhat useful to him. He directly gives the origin stone to another cloned body for refining, which can also improve his cultivation. Reincarnation domain. The reincarnation 3 clans are miserable, a large number of clansmen have fallen, and those slave races are too weak, they can only be reduced to cannon fodder, and can only slightly contain some weak reincarnation golden insects and other creatures. Reincarnation of ancient mountains. Yazoo returned from a serious injury. The injury was very serious this time, and he was coughing up blood on the way back. Azu, are you alright? One after another, the senior leaders of the Samsara Heavenly Clan asked. It's okay, I was besieged by 2 golden worms of reincarnation who had awakened to the upper realm 9 times. Yazoo said helplessly. If he was at his peak, he would not be afraid. It is a pity that the last time the prison was forced to break the prison, he was seriously injured. This time, it was a bit difficult to deal with the reincarnation gold bug, the giant titan bug and the swallowing black bug at the price of injury. Now, he needs to heal as soon as possible, and has to support other clansmen. Almost all of the clansmen who stayed on the ancient mountain of reincarnation were seriously injured, otherwise they would have gone to support them long ago. A period of time passed, and a message came. Ganzu has fallen. Hearing this news, Yazoo and the others were shocked. Ganzu is the origin upper realm overlord who broke the boundary of the origin of the 9 times. He is from the Samsara Source clan, but Ganzu's fall is not a good thing, it means that the power of the Samsara 3 clans has weakened again. After one bad news came, the overlords of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm fell one after another. Of course, there were also 9 reincarnation golden worms, giant titan worms, and black worms that devoured the overlord level of the upper realm of awakening, but this change would not be a good thing for the 3 reincarnations. At that time, even if these worm creatures are destroyed, the 3 tribes of reincarnation will be completely in decline. Today is different from the past, the origin of the reincarnation domain has plummeted, the energy has plummeted, all kinds of precious resources are difficult to breed, and the difficulty of breaking through is far beyond the past. In the future, it is still unknown whether a new 9 awakened primordial upper realm overlord will be born. Therefore, once the 3 Samsara clans fell, it would be difficult to recover. It is impossible to resist. These reincarnation golden worms, giant titan worms, and devouring black worms and other creatures kill everything they are forced to resist. Reincarnation domain. Yi Tian's copy body is also killing the golden worms of reincarnation, but the area he is in charge of is not that dangerous. The reincarnation 3 clans are miserable, I am afraid that they will completely decline in the future, the existence outside the prison is too cruel. Yi Tian murmured. Obviously, the existence outside the prison is to make the domain of reincarnation completely decline, and it is impossible to rush out of the prison and destroy the prison. Time passed slowly, and in the blink of an eye, millions of years of the ancient era passed. During this period of time, the number of 500 reincarnation golden insects, giant titan insects and swallowing black insects has dropped sharply. The time for these creatures to be completely destroyed is approaching, but the strength of the 3 reincarnation tribes has also been greatly reduced. There are more than 20 strong people at the level of the second awakening primordial upper realm overlord. As for the overlords of the origin upper realm, the 3 clans lost no less than 200,000 in total. Those slave races were even more miserable, and 70% of the slave races were destroyed. Certainly, even so weakened, the 3 reincarnations are still not comparable to the other side of eternity. Hundreds of thousands of primordial era years have passed, and this crisis has been completely lifted. Outside the prison, the Chaos CRA Master said, the killing mechanism has disappeared. These little bugs still have some strength, but they should also have suffered heavy losses, and there is no way to toss them anymore. When the Chaos CRA Master repairs the Forbidden Tao Great Array, they can continue to absorb the origin here, water the fruits, and harvest the fruits at that time. It's fruit, Shanying said. Well, then I will continue to repair the Forbidden Tao Great Array. The Chaos CRA Master said. But just when the Chaos CRA Master was repairing the Forbidden Tao Great Array, Yi Tian's real body cloned body came to the reincarnation domain. This time, he came to ask for the prison fragments from the Samsara 3 clan, and he needed these prison fragments to comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao. Chapter 2766 Take it all away, and improve the rules of the Tao. Last time, the 3 Samsara clans used the prison breaking formation to break through the prison and dropped a lot of fragments. And shortly afterward, the reincarnation golden worm, the giant titan worm and the swallowing black worm swept the entire reincarnation domain, so the reincarnation 3 clans must not have time to comprehend these fragments. So, the pieces must still be in their hands. As for whether they are willing to hand it over, it is not up to them to decide. Strength is everything, reincarnation of the source family. Yi Tian came here first, and he wanted to take away the prison fragments obtained by the Samsara source clan. Boom, Yi Tian made no secrets, descended directly to the origin of reincarnation, and ran directly to the hinterland of the origin of reincarnation. Hu, Jia Zhu, Yi Zhu and many other overlords of the primordial upper realm who broke the boundary of the 9 times appeared one after another, almost all of them were injured but they still appeared. Just because Yi Tian's breath was not a creature from the reincarnation domain, it naturally shocked them, feared and even panicked. At first they thought that Yi Tian was in existence outside the prison, but after careful observation, they found that Yi Tian's aura came from the land of eternity. Your Excellency is the overlord of the origin upper realm in the land of eternity? Jaws asked. That's right, Yi Tian smiled. I am the endless lord of the eternal beyond land, this time only for one thing, and that is to ask for your prison fragments. Prison fragment, Jia Zhu and the others' expressions changed, they didn't think what Yi Tian's goal was. The point is, how did Yi Tian know? There is almost no communication between the reincarnation domain and the eternal other shore, and at most only a few slave races will enter and leave the reincarnation domain and the eternal other shore. It stands to reason that the information of their reincarnation 3 clans cannot be known by the land of eternity. But it doesn't make sense to pursue the issue now. Prison fragments, impossible to give you. Jia said coldly. Although Yi Tian's aura is very strong, his cultivation base doesn't seem to be high, and he may not even be his opponent. Such a origin upper realm overlord also wants to threaten the Samsara Yuan clan. If it wasn't for the injury, plus he didn't know Yi Tian's specific strength, otherwise he would definitely shoot. If your excellency doesn't leave, then don't blame us for being rude. Jia ancestor and other origin upper realm overlords who broke the boundary of the 9 times exudes a terrifying origin breath, coming to suppress Yi Tian. Looks like we still have to fight, Yi Tian said lightly. In an instant, Yi Tian used the supreme Tao flowing technique and killed him in front of Jia ancestor at an incomparably terrifying speed. Then, he slapped it casually, and directly slapped Jia ancestor into the air, and his body exploded directly. But he kept his hand, and did not kill Jia Zhu, but severely injured him. I saw Jia ancestor's body healed, but there were still countless cracks, and it was difficult to heal completely. Kill. Other primordial upper realm overlords who broke the limit 9 times also shot, but they were all swept away by Yi Tian with one blow. In the blink of an eye, these origin upper realm overlords were severely injured by Yi Tian. You are too weak, Yi Tian said. Stop. Jia Zhu and the others stopped one after another and did not dare to do it again. In fact, they did not have the strength to do so. They knew very well that Yi Tian could easily slaughter them if he wanted to. Prison fragments, take them out, Yi Tian ordered again. This time, they handed them over one by one, and they didn't leave a piece, and they didn't dare to leave a piece. Yi Tian put away these prison fragments and prepared to leave. At this time, Zhu Zhu boldly asked, "Excuse me, sir, do you understand the rules contained in the prison fragments?" "Good," Yi Tian said lightly. Jia Zhu and the others were shocked when they heard it, but they didn't expect that someone really understood this kind of rule. "Excuse me, what is this rule? If you want to surpass the overlord of the primordial upper realm, do you need to understand this rule?" Jia Zhu asked again. "This is the rule of the Supreme Tao," Yi Tian said indifferently. "As for the realm above the overlord of the origin, I don't know whether to comprehend this rule, after all, I have not broken through." After speaking, he left. "I didn't expect that such a primordial upper realm overlord would be born in the land of the other side of eternity, and his strength is more powerful than the original primordial ancestor." Jia ancestor muttered. Yizu shook his head and said, "No matter how strong we are a prison here, and he has no hope of staying here. Even if he breaks out of the prison, he will be killed. Unless he can break the shackles here and become the existence beyond the origin of the upper realm overlord may have the hope of smashing the prison and leaving here. Maybe there is still hope." Another origin upper realm overlord said, "If he really rushes out, maybe we have hope to go out too." Not long after, Yi Tian came to the reincarnation clan again. The loss of the reincarnation clan today is relatively small. After all, the reincarnation clan is immortal and will not really fall, but many of the origin upper realm overlords are still slowly recovering, the flesh has not yet condensed, and only the original imprint remains in the origin of the reincarnation domain. Therefore, the number of the reincarnation deceitful clan remaining in the headquarters of the reincarnation deceitful clan is very rare. After Yi Tian came, he directly showed his terrifying strength, forcibly suppressed them, and took away the prison fragments from them. And at the same time, Samsara Celestial Clan also got the news. After Yi Tian came, they handed over those prison fragments directly. That's it. Yi Tian obtained all the prison fragments, and then left the domain of reincarnation and returned to the Tianshan Pavilion on the other side of eternity. After that, he comprehended these prison fragments in Tianshan Pavilion. This time, the fragments he obtained, in terms of volume, were 10 times as much as what he obtained from the original ancestor. If he consumes all these prison fragments, his ultimate rule will probably improve a bit, and his strength will also improve a lot. In the following years, Yi Tian was comprehending the Supreme Tao rules in these prison fragments. Time flies. Before you know it, another 200 million primordial era has passed. At this time, Yi Tian has already consumed all the prison fragments, and the realm of the rules of the Tao has improved a little. And his cultivation has also improved a little, and he has also created a variety of magical powers involving the rules of the Tao. However, another bad thing happened. The origin of the reincarnation domain and the land of the other side of eternity has been quickly absorbed again. It should be that the existence outside the prison has repaired the prison. Yi Tian guessed. Now my strength is much stronger than in the past. I have to go to the inside of the ancestor's body again and enter the biggest crack. Yi Tian decided. Wow. He came directly to the Hurricane Sea, and then entered the world of the origin ancestor treasure land, where he came to the biggest crack. Chapter 2767 Breaking Through the Eighth Realm of Balance. The last time, Yi Tian came here and was instantly killed. But now, his strength is far beyond the last time, even stronger than the original ancestor before the half-step breakthrough, and the power of the Supreme Tao rule here can never kill him in seconds. The Supreme Diamond Body. Yi Tian used this magical power, and then walked in. Boom! The rules of the Supreme Tao turned into countless threads and seemed to strangle Yi Tian, but they were all blocked by the diamond body of the Supreme Tao. At this time, Yi Tian saw a huge fragment, but this fragment was vaguely connected with the prison, and contained the power of the prison. This prison fragment already possesses the power of a prison, no wonder it is so terrifying. Yi Tian muttered. He tried to remove the shard, but couldn't shake it. No, it's not that it can't be shaken, but if you shake it, you need to do your best, and in that case, the prison will definitely be destroyed. With his strength, he can only destroy the prison a little bit, and he will definitely be discovered by existences outside the prison. By then, he will be exposed. Anyway, the rules of the Supreme Tao here can't help me. I am here to comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao and consume the power contained in the fragments a little bit. Yi Tian decided. Next. 500 His replica body is here to comprehend the rules of the Tao, and time passes by. That's right, the effect of comprehending the Taoist rules here is really good. Yi Tian was delighted. If it continues like this, his realm of the supreme Tao rule will definitely improve a lot. Unknowingly, tens of millions of primordial era years have passed. At this moment, Yi Tian clearly felt that the power of the supreme Tao rule contained in this fragment had no significant effect on him. But yes, this is just a prison fragment. Even if it is a real prison, it may not be able to improve my supreme Tao rules much. Yi Tian thought so. Now, in addition to the improvement of the supreme Tao rules, his strength has only been improved. But he is still far from the 8th level of balance. Even in a billion primeval era, it is difficult to raise to the limit of the 7th balance. And the land of the other side of eternity, the domain of reincarnation, and the ruins of reincarnation don't seem to have many resources to help him improve his strength. No, there is a place that I haven't been to yet. The place Yi Tian said was the Sea of AA Flames in the heart of the original ancestor. The Sea of AA Flames in the heart is enough to turn the body of the overlord of the 8th awakened primordial upper realm into ashes, which is very dangerous. He refined the treasure of reincarnation there last time. Later, he never went. Maybe there is an opportunity there. Go there and see. Yi Tian quickly arrived at the Sea of AAAA fire and flames, and immediately stepped in. Boom! The terrifying flames of the heart kept burning Yi Tian's body, but they couldn't burn his body. The Sea of AA fire and flames of heart is very big, but Yi Tian's speed is very fast, and he came to the core area of AA Sea of AA fire and fire of heart in a blink of an eye. Here, he saw that the fiery red liquid continued to converge, forming a lake. This is AA. Yi Tian didn't know this fiery red liquid, but he sensed a strong energy from it. As soon as he got close to this lake, his body felt longing. Obviously, this fiery red liquid is definitely a good thing, and it will probably help him a lot in improving his cultivation. Maybe try. Yi Tian grabbed a drop of fiery red liquid and started refining. Boom! The fiery red liquid erupted in Yi Tian's body and swept the whole body. If it wasn't for the protection of the Taoist rule, his body would have turned into ashes in an instant. With the help of the Tao rules, Yi Tian still refined this drop of fiery red liquid little by little. And his reincarnation Haoshan body, reincarnation Haoshan origin, and the will of the origin realm are all rapidly improving, which means that his cultivation has increased a lot. It's useful, and the effect of this fiery red liquid in improving one's cultivation is far more than any kind of resource. Yi Tian was excited. These good things are estimated to have evolved over countless years, and the other 8 awakened primordial upper realm overlords could not enter here at all, and even the other 9th CJFJ awakened primordial upper realm overlords could not enter. Only Yi Tian has the strength to come in, and now it is naturally cheaper for him. Subsequently, Yi Tian directly entered this lake and began to absorb the energy of this fiery red liquid. Now, the fiery red liquid continuously poured into Yi Tian's body, tempering his body in all aspects, and his cultivation base rose rapidly. At this speed, at most 10 million primordial era years, he is expected to raise his cultivation base to the limit of the 7th balance. Years go by, 10 million primordial era years have passed. At this point, the one-day cultivation base has risen, the limit of the line. At this stage, he is qualified to attack the 8th balance realm. However, from the 7th balance to the 8th balance, the difficulty is terrifying. This fiery red liquid should also help me break through, but it's not enough. If I can use it as the material of the 3-source secret medicine and develop a brand new 3-source secret medicine, then I can have a chance to break through. Yi Tian muttered. Subsequently, he began to research continuously, thus creating a brand new 3-source secret medicine. Fortunately, there are more fire red liquids here, and I am not afraid of wasting it. Twice, 10 times, 100 times. Yi Tian has wasted a lot of fiery red liquid after thousands of times of research, but this research is worth it. If he can't step into the 8th stage of balance, he can't really compete with the existence outside the prison. But that existence may be a weak existence outside the prison, he doesn't understand the situation, he must have enough strength. Therefore, he must break through to the 8th equilibrium state. After a long time, Yi Tian finally developed a brand new 3-source secret medicine. The effect of this 3-source secret medicine is dozens of times that of the past, and Yi Tian refined a large amount of 3-source secret medicine in one breath, almost exhausting the fiery red liquid in this lake. Right now, I'm desperate. If I still can't break through after exhausting these brand new 3-source secret medicines this time, then I'm afraid that I really can't raise my cultivation base to the 8th level of balance within the prison, and I can only seek other way out. Yi Tian thought to himself. The years to come, Yi Tian hit the balance realm for the 8th time. Boom! Yi Tian took the 3-source secret medicine and many materials, and then the bottleneck was like an immortal mountain. No matter how his strength was shaken, it was only a slight crack, but he couldn't continue to attack. Continue. Yi Tian took the second 3-source secret medicine. This time, the bottleneck loosened a little, but it still didn't break. The 3rd time, the 4th time, Yi Tian hit the bottleneck again and again, vowing to grind the bottleneck away. I don't know how many times. Finally, crack. The bottleneck in the dark was broken by Yi Tian. Chapter 2768 Promise to Dao Fruit. Breakthrough. The 8th time the balance state was finally broken by Yi Tian. At this time, Yi Tian's body is transforming, but this transformation requires too many resources, and the energy around is simply not enough. In desperation, he could only use all the resources on his body to break through, but it was still not enough. Let's see if I can refine the sea of AA fire and flames of the heart. If it is possible, it can also make up a lot of energy. Subsequently, Yi Tian's body began to transform into this sea of AA flames. Soon, these heart flames were absorbed by Yi Tian, AA, and then quickly refined. Sure enough, my current strength is extremely powerful, and refining the flame of the heart is very simple. If you do this calculation, I can stabilize the realm of cultivation. Yi Tian muttered. With the passage of time, this sea of AA fire and flames was swallowed up by him, which made his cultivation stable at the 8th stage of balance. Afterwards, it took him another period of time for his strength to really settle down. The 8th balance is indeed much stronger than the 7th balance. My current strength should not be weaker than the existence outside the prison, and even stronger than him. Yi Tian estimated. After all, the existence outside the prison did not necessarily show all the means. Therefore, he can only estimate. Immediately, his eyes looked through the cracks in the ancestor's body. In the dark, the shadow of the prison appeared. He saw the prison. This prison is a large formation, and its defense is not strong. The purpose is to draw on the source to water the giant tree and nurture that fruit. With my strength, it's easy to break out of the prison. 1. Yi Tian thought to himself. However, he has other ideas, and that is to capture that fruit. That kind of fruit must be extremely noble, otherwise there is no need for the forces outside the prison to set up this great formation, and send 2 powerhouses beyond the realm of origin upper realm hegemony to station here. Perhaps this fruit can give him an unimaginable increase in strength. However, he has to grasp the time and strive to snatch the fruit when it is about to ripen. Go and see the condition of this fruit first. Yi Tian is going to go in from the depths of the origin of the reincarnation domain. Soon, he arrived in the source of the reincarnation domain, and the powerhouses of the reincarnation clan sensed it, but they did not dare to stop Yi Tian. When Yi Tian walked towards the restricted area in the depths of the samsara domain, the reincarnation clan powerhouses were all shocked. This infinite lord actually wants to go in. He couldn't find death. The last time so many of our primordial upper realm overlords set up a prison-breaking formation, they were all hit hard, and so many primordial upper realm overlords died. The strength is indeed far beyond us, but it is no match for the 2 existences outside the prison. They were puzzled, but didn't stop either. Click. Yi Tian walked into the restricted area and came to a place close to the prison. Here, he clearly saw the existence of the prison and the giant tree. Boom! 2 pairs of eyes looked over in an instant. Another little bug came out. Shaking the shadow shot instantly, wanting to pinch Yi Tian to death. However, Yi Tian went back quickly, so fast that Shanying only caught a shadow. Run, it's quite fast. Shaker frowned slightly. He didn't think too much, and he didn't think that Yi Tian's strength was comparable to his own. He only thought that Yi Tian's reaction was a little quick. That fruit is about to ripen. Yi Tian saw the fruit, and after calculating it, he knew that at this rate of absorption, at most 30 million primordial era years would fully mature. Fortunately, he broke through at this time, otherwise he would not be qualified to compete for that fruit. When that fruit matures, those 2 will probably have to leave here and give up here. Yi Tian murmured. Subsequently, he quietly waited for the road of time, and would often go out to take a look during the period. Anyway, with his strength, the existence of the overlord that surpassed the original upper realm could not catch him. But until he grabbed the fruit, he would not take action, otherwise his strength would be exposed, and the other party would be vigilant. Before you know it, another 30 million primordial era years have passed. During this time, the only thing he did was to refine a more powerful weapon, which was made by smelting various materials according to the rules of the Tao, and those materials alone could be used to refine the treasure of reincarnation. And this weapon, which he called the ultimate weapon, was much stronger than the reincarnation treasure, and it also increased his strength to a certain extent. Almost, that fruit is about to ripen, Yi Tian muttered. Outside the Forbidden Road, Floera, Shanying, Dongying, are staring at the fruit with great excitement at this moment. The Wuji ultimate Tao fruit is finally about to be conceived. Sheikh is very excited. The two of them have been guarding here for too long, approaching the era of 1 million Zidao. And this Wuji Zidao tree has cultivated 2 million Zidao eras here. During this period, personnel were transferred, and they came and went. Shanying is undoubtedly the longest one here. No way, his cultivation base is relatively low and his potential is average, and if the other guards have a breakthrough in cultivation base, they can leave here, and there is no need to stay here and waste time. Staying here is too boring, and there is no other chance, how to break through the cultivation base. Although the Forbidden Tao Great Array contains a trace of the rules of the Tao, you can use it to comprehend the rules of the Tao, but the realm of the rules of the Tao reaches a certain level, and this Forbidden Tao formation is useless. Oh, and he has not improved his strength for hundreds of thousands of Tao era, so he desperately wants to leave here. When this Wuji Supreme Tao fruit is conceived, we can return with this Wuji Supreme Tao fruit. At that time, a lot of resources will be given to us, and our strength can be further improved. Shanying said excitedly. Well, I hope there will be no accidents. Dongying said. How could there be an accident? This is the site of our Wuji temple, and other forces dare not come here. Moreover, this place is relatively remote, and the news of Wuji Tiangong's cultivation of Wuji Supreme Tao fruit has been kept secret. Even the Wuji Tiangong, not many people know about it, so there will be no accidents. Shanying said. Dongying nodded. The Wuji Zidao fruit began to absorb the energy of the Wuji Zidao tree, and the whole Wuji Zidao tree was about to wither. But it doesn't matter, anyway, a Wuji Supreme Dao tree can only cultivate a Wuji Supreme Dao fruit, which is an inevitable outcome. Boom! The Wuji Supreme Dao fruit exudes terrifying energy, and the entire Wuji Supreme Dao tree is completely turned into ashes. It's done, Shaking said excitedly. When Wuji Zidao fruit energy is restrained, he can take it away. Gradually, the energy of Wuji Zidao fruit began to converge, and gradually turned into a green fruit. But at this moment, a figure rushed out of the origin of Samsara domain in an instant. This person is the corpse of Yi Tian. Chapter 2769 Snatch Success. Yi Tian's appearance was completely beyond Shak Ying and Dong Ying's expectations. They didn't expect that there would be a origin upper realm overlord rushing out of Samsara domain. The point is, Yi Tian's speed is too fast. Boom! I saw Yi Tian use the heavenly poke, pierced through the Forbidden Tao Great Array with one blow, and came out of the prison. Moreover, Yi Tian's terrifying aura directly charged the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit, causing the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit to be thrown out. Shanying originally wanted to capture Wuji Supreme Tao Guo, but he didn't. East Eagle, you block him. Sheikh Shadow shouted. Dongying immediately went to intercept Yi Tian, letting Shanying snatch the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit. However, something incredible happened. In Yi Tian's body, one after another cloned body came out. This time, Yi Tian came to snatch the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit. Naturally it would not be a duplicate body, he sent 6 duplicate bodies. Boom! 5-0. Dongying was blocked by 2 cloned bodies, and the other 3 cloned bodies attacked Shanying. Immediately afterwards, Yi Tian went to catch the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit. You are courting death, Shake the Shadow furious. If the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit is lost, both he and Dongying will die. So, he burned everything to stop Yi Tian. However, his strength alone is not as good as Yi Tian's cloned body, not to mention facing several cloned bodies. In an instant, Shaker was knocked flying, and in the blink of an eye, the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit fell into Yi Tian's hands. Yi Tian didn't kill Shanying and Dongying, because he couldn't kill them at all, they all had means to save their lives. If it was delayed for a long time, he might not be able to leave. So Yi Tian escaped, leaving only 2 duplicate bodies to stop Shaoying and Dongying from blocking. Since he didn't know where this place was, Yi Tian could only let the 2 duplicate bodies lead the way, and he tried his best to find a safe place to hide. Shanying and Dongying had already informed Wuji Tiangong, if Wuji Tiangong captured Yi Tian and snatched back Wuji Supreme Tao fruit, then they would at most be punished and would not really die. But if they dared to escape, they would be dead. Soon. A terrifying figure descended here. And at this moment, Yi Tian intercepted Xiaoying's 2 duplicate bodies and blew himself up and died. It was impossible for them to catch them, otherwise no one would know what means they had. In case they learned his information through these 2 duplicate bodies as well as tracking down other replica bodies. So decisive, the visitor said coldly, I have seen Lord Bai Yi. Shaking Shadow and Dongying said in fear. Where is the Wuji Supreme Dao fruit? Bai Yi asked. Lord Bai Yi, he was robbed by the one just now. He has 5 clones, and now he has only lost 2 clones, and the main body and 3 clones have escaped. Xiao Ying said. So many clones. White Leaf was shocked. It is not that there is no means of refining the clone, but the price is very high, and the strength is not as good as the main body, and there is no room for improvement. Therefore, except for a few, most of them do not have the ability to clone. You reported that he came from this source world? White Leaf asked. Yes, Shanying did not dare to hide, this guy rushed out of this source world, and we were caught off guard. The overlord of the origin and upper realm of the mere origin realm has been able to snatch the Wuji Supreme Dao fruit from the hands of the 2 of you, the first level Dao realm. You 2 are really waste materials. Bai Yi was very annoyed. How precious is the Wuji Supreme Dao fruit? The cultivation of the 2 million Dao era has almost exhausted the source of a source world, and at such a price, it was snatched away by a source native. Block Promise Domain. Shiroha gave this order. Moreover, he directly captured Shanying and Dongying and brought them back to Wuji Temple. At the same time, a supreme Taoist powerhouse of the Wuji Temple began to hunt down Yi Tian, and once he found Yi Tian's trace, he would kill him. Soon, Yi Tian discovered a void continent, and this void continent was quite prosperous, with ancient giant cities on it. He did not directly enter this void continent, but instead looked for an opportunity to kill a origin upper realm overlord, copy the other party's body, and replace the other party's identity. Really, he quickly sensed an 8-time awakened origin upper realm overlord who could just be copied. In an instant, Yi Tian obliterated it, and then quickly copied the opponent's body. Soon, the copy was successful. Then, Yi Tian sealed the Wuji Supreme Dao fruit and gave it to this duplicate body. Immediately afterwards, he copied another real body and continued to flee. His purpose is simple, that is to let the remaining 4 duplicate bodies escape everywhere, and then let the people of Wuji Tiangong kill all his 4 duplicate bodies. In this way, Wuji Tiangong will think that he has completely fallen here, just hiding the Wuji Supreme Dao fruit. In that case, there may be no more searching for him. After a period of time passed and gradually stabilized, he was safe. Subsequently, Yi Tian, the cloned body, entered this void continent with the Wuji Supreme Dao fruit, and began to look for the next suitable cloned body. After all, he doesn't know the identity of this cloned body, and it is likely to be exposed. If he finds a suitable identity, he will change his identity. It didn't take long for him to find a very lonely primordial upper realm overlord. After killing the other party, he replaced the other party and changed his identity again. In this way, his duplicate body is temporarily safe. The other side, Yi Tian's duplicate bodies were still found by Wuji Tiangong and killed one by one. Promise Temple. Bai Yi's face was very ugly. The native of the source world was killed. The main body and 6 clones all fell, but there is no trace of the Wuji Supreme Daoguo. If it is really fallen, but the Wuji Supreme Dao fruit is not found, it means that the other party is hiding. Certainly, there is also a possibility that the other party has not fallen, only 6 clones have fallen, and maybe there is a body hidden. Subsequently, he came to the depths of Wuji Tiangong and applied to call Wuji Tiangong's high-level supreme weapon, Wuji Tianshu Sphere. This supreme weapon can explore the breath, and hidden regeneration will be found, unless the opponent's cultivation base is extremely high and can cover Wuji exploration of Tianshu Sphere. However, every time the Wuji Tianshu ball is urged to explore the entire Wuji domain, the price is very high. But in order to achieve the fruit of the infinite, he must do so. 5.9. Boom. Under the urging of Bai Yi, the Wuji Tianshu sphere released a wave that gradually radiated the entire Wuji domain. How huge is the promised domain? This kind of consumption makes him a little unbearable, and all kinds of resources are swallowed. Finally, the entire promised domain was covered. No. Bai Yi frowned. This shows that the other party is not in the promised domain. Then, there is another possibility, that is, the other party is in the origin realm. The origin world is isolated from everything and cannot be probed. That nasty little bug is either still in the source world, or really dead. blocking that source realm. If the opponent's body is still in the source realm, then it is very likely that they will come out and take away the hidden Wuji Supreme Tao fruit. Of course, if the other party really died, his blockade would be meaningless. But he had no choice but to do this. Chapter 2770 Lujin Continent, Inheritance to Tao Realm. Outside the origin realm where the reincarnation domain, the land of eternity, and the ruins of reincarnation are located, a supreme Taoist powerhouse descended here, blocking the origin realm, and the most powerful one reached the second-level supreme Taoist realm impressively. Between the realm of the Tao, every time the level is raised, the difference in strength is incomparably large. A second level to Tao realm is enough to easily kill Yi Tian. Therefore, the Wuji Tiangong has paid great attention to sending a second-level Taoist to the realm. However, even if Wuji Tiangong guessed it, Yi Tian would not be able to leave the source realm again unless his strength increased to the level of fearless Wuji Tiangong. Moreover, he already has a clone left in the promised domain, so he doesn't need to duplicate his body anymore. Of course, until this matter has not returned to calm, he will still hide himself and learn about the situation of Wujiyu by the way. Lujin Continent, Mysterious Giant City. Yi Tian's cloned body is here. His identity of this cloned body is the overlord of the upper realm of the six awakened origins, Dongguang. The strength of this replica body is relatively weak, and it is also very inconspicuous, and there are few friends who are 29 in the primordial upper realm overlord. But because of this, it is suitable for hiding. In the following days, Yi Tian first inquired about the information of Lujin Continent, and then slowly inquired about the information of the entire Wuji domain. And these information is not a secret. After a period of time, Yi Tian has some understanding of the area where he is now. The Promise Domain, the Promise Heaven Palace. Yi Tian now knows that the place where he is now is located in the Wuji domain, and the most powerful force in the Wuji domain is naturally the Wuji Heavenly Palace. In addition to Wuji Tiangong, there are some less powerful forces, and their strength should not be underestimated. If they are united, they are also qualified to compete with Wuji Tiangong, but those forces cannot all be united. Some of them are Wuji Tiangong, support or even secretly control. Yi Tian doesn't know much about Wuji Tiangong. After all, his current cultivation base is not qualified to know the entire Wuji Tiangong. He only knows that Wuji Tiangong has many supreme realms. The Supreme Tao realm is the realm that surpasses the overlord of the primordial upper realm and is extremely powerful. Any Supreme Tao realm can easily kill a group of 9 awakened primordial upper realm overlords. There are many void continents and some origin realms in the Promise Domain. Among them, the Lujin Continent is a general void continent, which belongs to the force of the Luli Golden Palace, and the strongest person in the Lujin Continent is a 3-level to Taoist powerhouse, and the strength is very terrifying. There are more than 300 Tao realm existences in the entire Lujin Continent, and each Tao realm can serve as the city owner of a giant city. Like the mysterious giant city where Yi Tian is at the moment, there is a supreme Taoist realm. There are so many supreme Tao realms in the small Lujin Continent, but there is not one supreme Tao realm in the source realm where I am. Sure enough, only when you come out can you see the wider world. Yi Tian murmured. However, on the Lujin Continent, it is not easy to become the supreme Tao realm. Many of the 9 awakened origin upper realm overlords are not qualified to become the supreme Tao realm, and they don't even have the chance to attack. If the attack fails, they will also die. Yi Tian also inquired about how to reach the Tao realm, but the news he got was unknown. Those forces strictly limit the information to the Tao realm. If there is no inheritance, many origin upper realm overlords can only try randomly, and the final outcome is still the fall. However, occasionally there will be some inheritance leaked out, but even if you have obtained the inheritance of the Supreme Realm, you may not have the hope of becoming the Supreme Realm. In short, here, it is still extremely difficult to become the Supreme Realm. Yi Tian did not inquire about Wuji Supreme Daoguo. If he inquired, he would soon be hunted down by Wuji Tiangong. He already knew that the force he had offended was the Wuji Tiangong. After all, the entire Wuji Tiangong had already issued a hunting order, and the Lujin Continent also had it. Naturally, he saw it. The next goal is to obtain the inheritance of the Tao realm. Yi Tian muttered, and according to what he knew, if outsiders wanted to join some forces, at least they had to be in the first realm of Tao. After all, there are too many overlords in the upper realm of the 9 awakenings, and it is impossible to enter the eyes of those forces at all. But if there is no inheritance of the Tao realm, many of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm overlords will not be able to break through the Tao realm, which almost becomes an endless loop. Therefore, those powerful forces are internally cultivated to the Tao realm. Like the supreme Tao realm of the Golden Continent, 80% of them belong to the Golden Temple of Glazed Glass, and a few rely on opportunities to break through successfully, but their potential is exhausted and they are not qualified to join the Golden Temple of Glazed Glass. In the following years, Yi Tian began to improve the strength of this replica body. He doesn't want to continue to change the copy body. The identity of this copy body is very good, at most spend some time to improve it. Moreover, he has understood the rules of the Supreme Tao, and he does not need too many resources, so he can improve the cultivation base of this copy body, and he does not need to worry too much, just have some strength. For example, an ordinary 9-time awakened primordial upper realm overlord is qualified to seek the inheritance of the Supreme Tao realm. Years go by. In the blink of an eye, 30 years of Zidao passed. The Zidao year is the time division of the Wuji domain. One Zidao year is equivalent to 1 million primordial era in this 500 source realm, and 30 Tadao year is equivalent to 30 million primordial era years. And a Zidao era is 3.65 million Zidao years. 30 years of the Taoist Tao in a mere amount of time are undoubtedly very short years in the Wuji domain. At this time, Yi Tian raised the strength of this cloned body to the realm of the 8th awakened primordial upper realm overlord, but the combat power was far less than the real cloned body, but at least it was enough to watch. This day, he got a piece of information that an auction is about to be held in the Golden City of Lujin Continent. This auction is very likely to have the inheritance of the Tao realm, and need a certain amount of wealth, otherwise you will not be able to get in. In the past 30 Tadao years, Yi Tian has also tried his best to obtain a lot of resources, and he has accumulated some wealth, so he is qualified to participate in the auction. In the blink of an eye, another solstice year passed. Yi Tian came to the Lucky Gold City, went to the auction venue, and participated in this auction. This auction was held by the Wanfeng Chamber of Commerce, and the Wanfeng Chamber of Commerce was a chamber of commerce force that spanned the entire Promised Territory. It only did business and did not participate in any battles, but it was actually a little stronger than Lujin Tiangong. Chapter 2771 Inheritance of the Tao, Promised Secret Medicine. Soon, the auction of Wanfeng Chamber of Commerce started. At this time, many Origin Upper Realm overlords have come to participate in this auction, and some Supreme Tao realm exists. However, this auction is not high level, so the existence of the Supreme Tao realm participating is also average, and there is no too powerful Supreme Tao realm. A truly high-end auction could not be placed on the Lujin continent, but in a higher-end place. On the auction floor, a Origin Upper Realm overlord sits on the thrones in the hall, while those Supreme Tao realm existences sit in dark small spaces, where they are relatively concealed and protected by formations which can hide their identities. Yi Tian's cloned body has only awakened the Origin Upper Realm Overlord 8 times, so naturally he can only sit in the hall. Soon, the auction started. One resource treasure after another was put up for auction. Any one placed in the reincarnation domain is a priceless treasure. It is the top resource, but it is rare here. However, these treasure resources are of no use to Yi Tian. For him, only the resources at the Tao realm level are useful to him. After all, his true strength has reached the first realm. At this time, a very good weapon was auctioned. The next auction is the one-pattern Zidao weapon, Han Xingjian, which was forged by Zidao weapon casting master Zan Ion, and the starting price is 30,000 Zidao coins. Said the auctioneer, Zidao coin is a very high-end currency, suitable for the top Origin Upper Realm Overlord and the level of Zidao. A little bit of the rules. Therefore, the value of Zidao coin is very high. The general 9-time awakened primordial upper realm overlord, all of their net worth may not have 100,000 Tao coins, and their deposits may not even have 10,000 Tao coins. Therefore, the general 9 awakened primordial upper realm overlords can't afford this one-patterned weapon. One pattern to the road weapon. Yi Tian was a little moved. In fact, he did not have a single grain to the Tao weapon, although he refined a weapon using the Zidao rules, but it definitely could not reach the level of a 1 grain to the Tao weapon, at most it was a fake 1 grain to the Tao weapon. According to his understanding, if you want to refine a weapon with a pattern of the Tao, you must obtain the inheritance of the weapon of the Tao, learn the rules of the Tao, and then you can refine it. And he has no such heritage. Soon, the overlords of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm competed for this cold star sword, but in the end this cold star sword was auctioned off by a first-level Tao realm powerhouse. Next was the auction of several first-level supreme weapons, but Yi Tian didn't participate because he really couldn't afford it. Most of the resources that he has collected over the years with this replica body have been used up in his own cultivation. Now that he has sold many treasures and resources, he has only collected 60,000 Zidao coins, which is already quite remarkable. Many of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm overlords are not worth as much as him, but if this amount of money is used to compete for a weapon, it is not worth it, and there is no way to compete for other things later. Moreover, the supreme weapon can only be used to improve combat effectiveness, and cannot improve the real cultivation base, which is not what he wants most. After a while, an auction item that made Yi Tian's heart move was finally auctioned. The next auction is a copy of Zidao Inheritance Knowledge, which contains information on how to impact Zidao realm. The starting price is 20,000 Zidao coins, said the auctioneer. For a time, many Origin Upper Realm overlords were moved. They are in need of such inheritance knowledge, but such inheritance knowledge is definitely only knowledge, and cannot allow the 9 awakened Origin Upper Realm overlord to break through, otherwise it will not be this price. This kind of inheritance knowledge is useless to the realm of the Tao, so there will be no competition in the realm of the Tao. Only those who have no background need such inheritance. Soon, a primordial upper realm overlord began to compete, and Yi Tian also participated in the competition. Finally, Yi Tian won this inheritance at a transaction price of 56,000 Zidao coins. Finally got this inheritance. Yi Tian was excited. He only needs to wait for the auction to end before he can get this inheritance. After a while, the appearance of a treasure made many Taoist experts compete crazily. The next auction is Meteor Water. This treasure is very valuable to the Taoist realm and can be upgraded to the Taoist realm. The starting price is 100,000 Taoist coins. The auctioneer shouted. Soon, the auction price soared to 200,000 Zidao coins, which shows how valuable the treasures that help the Zidao realm improve their cultivation. Next, treasures worth hundreds of thousands of Zidao coins appeared. And when the auction was about to end, a finale item came on stage, which caused a sensation in the audience. The last finale item is the Promise Secret Medicine from the Promise Heavenly Palace, which can give a 9-time awakened primordial upper realm overlord an 80% chance of breaking through to the Supreme Tao realm. The starting price is 500,000 Tao coins. Quote. Hearing this, the overlords of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm were extremely excited, but unfortunately they couldn't afford it. Moreover, they don't even know how to hit the Tao realm, and they don't know how to use it when they buy it. Now, those who are in the realm of the Tao are also excited and participate in the auction one after another. They don't need the Promise Elixir, but they have children or younger generations who need it. If they can get this Promise Elixir, they can cultivate a Supreme Tao realm existence. Even some small forces only have a few to the Tao, and if they cultivate one more to the Tao, their strength can skyrocket. Therefore, they naturally want to cultivate a Taoist realm at all costs. Promise Secret Medicine, 80% chance. Yi Tian was also very moved. It has to be said that the Wuji temple is indeed too powerful, and with the Wuji's secret medicine, it is bound to be able to cultivate to the Taoist powerhouse in batches. Even a cultivator who is not very talented can cultivate it to the realm of the Tao. 600,000 Zidao coins. 800,000 Zidao coins. 1 million Zidao coins. These Supreme Tao realm powerhouses competed frantically, and Li's finally raised the auction price to 2 million Supreme Tao coins, and it was still increasing. In the end, it was auctioned off by a strong Taoist realm at a price of 2.5 million Taoist coins. So far, the auction has ended successfully. Subsequently, Yi Tian went to the backstage of the auction venue to pick up the items he had photographed, and after paying Zidao coins, he successfully obtained this inheritance. After leaving the auction, he immediately went to accept the inheritance. You need to make an oath. Yi Tian doesn't care about this oath. The purpose of this oath is to prevent those who have obtained the inheritance from revealing this inheritance, and also to prevent a large amount of knowledge that has impacted the inheritance of the Tao from being leaked out, which is not a good thing for the major forces. But this oath cannot restrain Yi Tian. He can abandon this duplicate body at any time, and other duplicate bodies will not be restrained by the oath of the Supreme Tao. Therefore, after he obtains this inheritance, he can pass it on to the Tianshan Pavilion and the human race in the future. Chapter 2772 to the Secret Technique, Kill the Enemy. Soon, Yi Tian completely accepted this inheritance. This inheritance is very simple, and the knowledge involved is very small, but without this inheritance, he does not know how to attack to become the existence of the Supreme Tao. Maybe he can try it slowly, but it will undoubtedly take a long time. Now, through this inheritance, Yi Tian finally understood why those Origin Upper Realm overlords in the reincarnation domain failed to reach the Tao realm, and they fell one by one, and none of them survived. First of all, the way they attacked was wrong, and even the ancestors did not find the right way. It's not that their cultivation path is wrong, but that they don't have enough accumulation and background, and they are not qualified to hit the Tao realm, so forcibly hitting them will naturally fail. And just as Yi Tian guessed, one must first understand the rules of the Supreme Tao. If you don't even understand the rules of the Supreme Tao, then naturally it is impossible to break through successfully, even if there is a Wuji secret medicine. The promised secret medicine can only be raised to 80% chance if the breakthrough conditions are met. In addition to the rules of the Supreme Tao, the physical body or the source is also required to reach a certain level. If the physical body is not strong enough or the source is not strong enough, if 500 is forced to break through, it will definitely fail. Furthermore, it also needs a secret technique for breaking through, which can draw on the power of the source to reshape the body to break through. It can be said that the most important is the secret art of the Tao. And this kind of supreme secret technique can only be created by the supreme secret script, and the supreme secret script is the inheritance knowledge monopolized by the major forces. Of course, if there is no secret script, if you force a breakthrough, there is no hope of breaking through, but the success rate may be only 1 in 10,000, or even lower. The rules of the Tao, the secrets of the Tao, the physical body or the source meeting the conditions, this is the knowledge that impacts the Tao. Of course, you can also use foreign objects to increase the success rate of breakthroughs, such as things like promised secret medicine. The inheritance that Yi Tian bought is worth tens of thousands of Taoist coins. Naturally, it is not just a few words, but also includes 6 Taoist secrets, but they are only very common 6 Taoist secrets, at least it makes people feel that these few Wanjidao coins have no white flowers. I'm going, this inheritance of knowledge is really a pit. Yi Tian said with emotion, CJFJ. It took a lot of 9 times to awaken the overlord of the primordial upper realm and almost all of his worth. With only this information, there is no way to break through to the Supreme Tao realm. It is undoubtedly not worth it, but knowledge is priceless. If he doesn't buy enough, he doesn't know how to hit the Tao realm. Overall, it's not too bad. 6 secret texts are too few. I'm afraid I need a lot of secret texts before I can hope to create a secret technique that will help me break through. If I want to break through to the realm, I have to collect a lot of them at least. The secret text of the Supreme Tao, or directly obtain a secret technique of the Supreme Tao. Yi Tian thought so. But in a short period of time, he estimated that he would not be able to obtain such a secret technique. Subsequently, Yi Tian left the Lujin giant city, but not long after he left the Lujin giant city, he discovered that the void had changed. His area has been blocked. Immediately afterwards, a breath of air permeated out. In an instant, the 6 overlords of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm surrounded Yi Tian. What do you mean? Yi Tian questioned. You bid for the inheritance of the Tao at the auction, right? One of the 9-time awakened origin overlords said coldly. Yes, but I have already accepted the inheritance, and this kind of inheritance can only be inherited once. If you want it, I can't give it. Yi Tian said lightly. Naturally, these 6 9-time awakened primordial upper realm overlords knew this, and there was no surprise at all. However, their goal is not to inherit the Tao. They are very clear that even if they have obtained the inheritance, they have no hope of becoming a powerhouse in the Supreme Realm. Dongguang, we have inquired about you. Not long ago, he was the overlord of the upper realm of awakening 6 times, but now he has become the overlord of the upper realm of awakening 8 times. Moreover, he has obtained a lot of treasure resources in a short period of time. Otherwise, you won't be able to bid on the inheritance of the Tao. You must have obtained a great opportunity, otherwise it would be impossible to raise your cultivation to the 8th awakened primordial upper realm overlord. Hand over the opportunity you have obtained, and we may leave you alone. If not, then die here. Boom. The 6 overlords of the 9th awakening of the origin and upper realm took out the weapons of the quasi-Jurjidao one after another, exuding a powerful breath all over their bodies. Any of them placed in the domain of reincarnation can be comparable to the top 9 awakening origin upper realm overlords, or even stronger. After all, their weapons are better. But for Yi Tian, even this cloned body can still kill them easily. You are really dying. Boom. Yi Tian took out his weapon spear, and the rules of the Supreme Tao permeated. Immediately afterwards, he cast the heavenly poke, and also cast the Supreme Tao flowing technique. How fast? Not good. They realized something was wrong. An 8-time awakened primordial upper realm overlord actually comprehended the rules of the Supreme Tao, which was beyond their expectations. In addition to the top geniuses, the general 9 awakened origin upper realm overlords will never be able to comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao. It is simply too difficult to comprehend the rules of the Tao. That is to say, the promised domain is rich in resources, and it is easy to improve. If they are allowed to go to the eternal other side, they will not even be able to step into the origin realm, let alone become the overlord of the origin upper realm. So, their talent is really spicy chicken. It was precisely because of his spicy chicken that he was shocked to see Yi Tian so defiant. Puff! Yi Tian's Zishan poke easily penetrated one of them's body, inflicting heavy damage in an instant. "Withdraw from the formation, run away!" shouted one of them. However, Yi Tian fought and attacked them with all his strength, and the rays of light pierced through their bodies one after another. The strength gap between each other is too great, they can't stop it at all. After a while, a 9-time awakened origin overlord was killed by Yi Tian. But, Yi Tian's body copying strength was still too bad, and he let 3 of the 9-time awakened primordial upper realm overlords escape using secret treasures, and he couldn't catch up for a while. If it is my real body to copy the body, I can obliterate them in an instant. Yi Tian secretly said. Of course, after they escaped, a little bit of publicity would at least save them a lot of trouble, and the general 9 awakened origin high realm overlords would not dare to provoke them. Chapter 2773 Join the True River Valley. The years to come. Yi Tian roamed all over the Lujin continent and obtained a lot of resources, and his strength was steadily improving. Of course, he still did not duplicate his real body, because it would be too dangerous to do so. Now that it has not been long before that incident has passed, he does not want to cause the pursuit of Wu Ji Tiangong. In the blink of an eye, hundreds of years have passed. At this time, Yi Tian's cloned body has already cultivated to the realm of the 9 awakening origin upper realm hegemony. In terms of cultivation, it is indeed higher than the real cloned body, but the difference in strength is too great. At this time, Yi Tian had already thought of how to obtain the Supreme Tao secret technique. Join the small force. Yi Tian decided. If you want to join a big force, people definitely don't want it, but if you want to join a small force, the requirements are lower and there is the possibility of joining. And after his constant screening, he also chose a small force. A True River Valley. This small force only has 13 Supreme Tao realm existences, and more than 10,000 primordial upper realm overlords. Such a force is undoubtedly very inconspicuous in the entire Promise realm. I am afraid that many primordial upper realm overlords have never heard of it. Yi Tian knew about this power, but it was only in an accidental situation. The reason why Yi Tian wanted to join the True River Valley was that the conditions for recruiting members in the True River Valley were very relaxed. As long as he was willing to enter the land of True Pole and not die, and found the materials needed by the True River Valley, he could join the True River Valley. Many cultivators in the upper realm will take a risk. After all, if they join the True River Valley, at least they can obtain the inheritance of the realm, and there is hope to become the realm of the realm. This is also a hope. The True River Valley is still a little far from the Lujin continent. Even the overlord of the 9 awakened origin upper realm needs to travel through the void to get here. True River City. This is the place to sign up to receive the mission of the True River Valley. After Yi Tian came here, he quickly accepted the mission of climbing the realm. The land of true extremity is very dangerous, and the overlord of the upper realm of the 9 awakenings has a high probability of falling. Many 9 awakened primordial upper realm overlords cooperated with each other, only then could they be sure to survive. Yi Tian naturally acted alone. I saw that Yi Tian had received a map, which recorded all kinds of materials needed by True River Valley. If 100 copies of materials could be found, no matter the type, they could join True River Valley. Of course, if you don't want to join the True River Valley, you can exchange for a lot of Zidao coins. True Body. Yi Tian came in, and this place was like another void, surrounded by a red mist. According to the information given by Junhe Valley, the real danger in the land of Zhenji is a very terrifying creature, Zhenji Zidao worm. This kind of worm is very strange, and its body contains the breath of Zidao rules, as if the body is governed by Zidao rules. The composition, although the number is not large, but the speed is extremely fast, and it can also shuttle in the real world at will. The general 9-time awakened origin overlord encounters the true supreme Tao insect, which cannot be beaten at all, and is easy to be killed. A few of the true ultimate Tao insect can be called the 9 awakened origin of the upper realm overlord is invincible and can be instantly killed. The top 9 awakened origin overlord. Because of this, True River Valley did not dare to let its members enter here to take risks, and let other origin upper realm overlords take risks at a small price. Even if they fell, it would have no effect on True River Valley. Copy a few more holes to copy the body. Yi Tian decided. In this way, it is easier for him to collect all those materials. Soon, 3 replica bodies were replicated. Enough. Yi Tian secretly said. Afterwards, the 3 replicated bodies acted separately. Yi Tian continued to go deep and searched for those materials. Only when he went deep could he hope to find it. If he stayed on the periphery, the possibility of finding it was too low. However, it didn't take long for him to go deep, and he was unlucky to encounter a true worm. Boom! The true extreme worm passed through the void and directly killed Yi Tian. I saw that it was covered with the power of the rules of the Tao, and there was a single thorn on the top of its head, as if it could penetrate all matter. Boom! Yi Tian's quasi-Tao weapon long spear stabbed the true extremity worm, only knocked it flying, but did not kill it instantly. However, this worm was still injured, and its shell was cracked a lot, but it was not a fatal injury. Sure enough, this worm is really not weak. It can kill a lot of 9 awakened origin upper realm hegemons in seconds, even if it is the top 9 awakened origin upper realm with powerful life-saving abilities. You have to unite more than a dozen people to fight against it. Yi Tian thought so. A for Flowersa. However, Yi Tian has not exerted his full strength yet. If he exerted his full strength, he would still be able to kill this ultimate worm. Boom! Yi Tian kept fighting with it, and quickly hit it hard. However, this real worm escaped, and the ability to escape was so strong that Yi Tian couldn't catch up. This replica body is still too weak, Yi Tian secretly said. Subsequently, he continued to search for materials. It didn't take long for him to see a material that True River Valley needed, Shidao Stone. This is a gray stone that contains the power of the rules of the Tao. This kind of Tao stone is not bad, it can make people understand the rules of the Tao. Oh, Yi Tian thought to himself. But such a small stone, if it is used to comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao, will definitely not be of much help, and its real use should not be like this. As for the specific use, he did not know. Finally found one, keep looking. Yi Tian continued to search. As time went by, he found one material after another, but was also attacked again and again by the ultimate worm. On one occasion, he encountered a weaker worm and killed it directly, which was also the only worm he killed. Afterwards, he collected the corpses of the Daojun worms. After a period of time, Yi Tian had already collected 100 copies of the materials, so he chose to leave. For him, joining Junhegu first is the most important thing. As for the true power with a lot of resources and treasures, you can come anytime in the future. True River City. Yi Tian came to submit the mission, and the overlord of the origin of the Real River Valley who was in charge of this mission immediately passed the news to the Real River Valley. And Yi Tian's choice was to join the True River Valley, and the joining procedure was completed soon. Just like that, Yi Tian joined Junhe Valley very easily. Certainly, Junhegu will also investigate Yi Tian's identity. If the identity is unknown, they will not ask. The identity of Yi Tian's body copying whole light is easy to find out. Although the cultivation base has improved a bit quickly, it can be explained by chance and will not cause doubts. It didn't take long for Junhe Valley to agree, making Yi Tian officially a member of Junhe Valley's corps. Chapter 2774 Star Gathering Secret Technique, 10% Success Rate. True Valley. Located in the True River continent, this is a small void continent with few resources, and the territory of the True River Valley is also very small, occupying very little treasure land, and the highest value belongs to the True Extreme land. However, it is also because the land of True Extremes is more dangerous, and those powerful forces are too lazy to occupy it. In addition, Junhe Valley has also turned to some powerful forces, and this can be preserved. After entering the True River Valley, Yi Tian realized that even if he entered the True River Valley, it would not be easy to obtain the Supreme Tao Secret Technique. The True River Valley could not give him the ultimate Tao Secret Technique for free, and he needed to exchange it with contribution points. There is no way, if the True River Valley gives the Supreme Tao Secret Technique for free, then the True River Valley will not even have the space to survive. It is precisely because of the need for a lot of contribution points, those members will continue to do tasks in order to exchange for the secret art of Taoism, collect a large number of resources needed by the Real River Valley, and increase the wealth of the Real River Valley continuously, May 17th, so as to hope to expand the Real River Valley. Yi Tian understands this. 1 million contribution points. Yi Tian saw several Supreme Tao secret arts, all at this price. And the Tao stone can only be exchanged for 100 contribution points, which means that if you want to obtain the secret art of the Tao, you must find at least 10,000 Tao stones. For those overlords of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm, materials like 10,000 supreme Tao stones would take endless long years to collect. No wonder there are so many 9 awakened origin upper realm overlords in Junhee Valley, and only a few supreme Tao realm powerhouses. I am afraid that many have not been exchanged for supreme Tao secret art. Yi Tian guessed. For him, it is really not difficult to collect 1 million contribution value. He can completely enter the realm of the real world again to find materials. Although it is a bit dangerous, there are also real supernatural worms that can kill him, but it is not a big deal for him to lose a replica body, and he can naturally collect it slowly. It won't take long for him to collect 1 million contribution points. Subsequently, as a member of the True River Valley, he accepted the mission to the land of True Pole. The real place. Yi Tian entered here again. He still copied several copies of the body, and then went to collect various materials. In the beginning, he went very smoothly. Although he was constantly attacked by the true worms, he had not yet encountered the true worms that could kill him. But this time, one of his replica bodies is in trouble. Boom! There are several true extreme worms around, and each of them is larger in size, contains a stronger atmosphere of the supreme law, and its strength is also much stronger. They attacked Yi Tian instantly. Yi Tian used Zishan Poke to attack them, but found that his attack fell on them, leaving only one white spot, and did not break the defense at all. What a terrifying defense, none of my Zishan Pokes broke it. Yi Tian secretly said, there are no such creatures in the reincarnation domain and the land of the other side of eternity, but there are many here. Boom! Yi Tian kept attacking, but he couldn't do anything about these 3 worms, and the attacks of these 3 worms could hurt him. His body is only an ordinary 9-time awakened origin upper realm overlord, and it is only by virtue of the supernatural power that contains the rules of the supreme Tao that he can exert terrifying combat power. Once the attack is useless, his body will naturally carry no longer. Soon, his duplicate body was besieged and killed by 3 true worms. The land of true extremity is really dangerous. It is difficult to kill worms of true extremity here, but it is easy to be killed. Even a powerful force would not dare to send a large number of origin upper realm overlords to explore and find resources. 1. Yi Tian made another copy of the body, continued to search for materials, and sent them out once they found a lot of materials. And just like that, the years passed. Yi Tian collected more and more materials, and before he knew it, several years passed by. This day, Yi Tian gathered enough materials and came to True River Valley to exchange for contribution value. When Yi Tian exchanged more than 1 million contribution points, he shocked the entire Junhee Valley. In the depths of the True River Valley, in a splendid hall, one is sitting here at the Tao Realm, and the most powerful one is the 2nd-level Tao Realm powerhouse at True River. The Lord of the True River Valley, the news just came that a member of the 9 awakened origin upper realm overlord who has just joined the origin, has collected a large amount of materials from the land of True Pole in a short period of time and exchanged it into more than 1 million contributions. It's worth it, said Kungsing in the 1st realm of the Tao realm. It seems that this 9-time awakened origin overlord is very powerful, and he should have joined our True River Valley for the sake of the secret technique. He said. He actually collected the contribution points. Just give it to him. If he can become the realm of the Tao, it will also be beneficial to our True River Valley. Yes, a strong Taoist person answered. After Yi Tian collected the contribution value, he quickly exchanged it to Tao secret art. The secret technique he chose was the secret technique of gathering stars. Soon, the star-gathering secret art was successfully exchanged. Similarly, to accept the inheritance of the star-gathering secret technique, one still needs to make the oath of the Supreme Tao. But for Yi Tian, this oath could not restrain him. He was equal to completely obtain this star-gathering secret technique. Ha ha ha, now the star-gathering secret technique belongs to me completely, and I can teach it to others. Yi Tian was excited. In the following days, he began to study and comprehend the star-gathering secret technique. At this time, he knew what the meaning of the ultimate secret technique that assists the breakthrough. He could absorb the power of the source and combine it with the secret text of the ultimate Tao, turning it into a brand new energy, thereby helping himself to break the shackles. Different star-gathering secret techniques have different breakthrough success rates. If you don't need to use the technique, just comprehend the rules of the Tao, and go to the realm of the Tao, the success rate is no less than 0, and the star-gathering secret technique can increase the success rate to 10%. That's right, 1%. Even if one possesses the star-gathering secret technique, comprehends the rules of the Supreme Tao, and the physical body or origin meets the requirements of hitting the Tao realm, there is only a 10% chance, and once the breakthrough fails, he will still die. 5.9 inches. This success rate is too low. Yi Tian was extremely surprised. With a 10% success rate, who would dare to break through those 9 awakened origin upper realm overlords? Of course, there are also ways to increase the success rate, such as the promise elixir, which directly increases the success rate to 80%, which is very high. Yi Tian is not afraid of falling, even if it is a 10% success rate, he can use the clone body to try again and again. However, this success rate is only for the normal 9 awakening origin upper realm overlord. For his real body replica body, the star gathering secret technique may not reach a 10% success rate. Moreover, in the future, he still wants his son, woman, and wife to go to the realm of the Tao. The star gathering secret art has only this success rate, and he is definitely not satisfied. Therefore, he must improve the success rate. And there are indeed many ways to increase the success rate, and even the true River Valley has the means to increase the success rate. Chapter 2775 to Tao Realm, Step In. There is a secret medicine in Junhe Valley that helps the 9-time awakened origin upper realm overlord to reach the Tao realm. It is not as good as the Wuji secret medicine, but it can also increase the success rate by 10%. This secret medicine is called Junhe secret medicine. And the real river secret medicine can also be exchanged with contribution points, which is still 1 million contribution points. Yi Tian was very interested in the real river secret medicine, but what he wanted more was the formula of the real river secret medicine, not a real river secret medicine. But if you think about it carefully, you can know that the formula of the true river secret medicine is absolutely in the hands of a few supreme Tao realm, or even in the hands of only one supreme Tao realm. It is too difficult for him to obtain the formula of the true river secret medicine. I still have to improve my own strength to the realm of Tao, and the formula will be discussed later. Yi Tian secretly said, he is going to first raise the cultivation of this replica body to the Tao realm, and he does not require any foundation. As long as the cultivation of this replica body is raised to the limit of the overlord of the upper realm of the 9 awakenings, he will start to attack to Taoism. However, he plans to exchange a few more true river secret medicines, and in the future, he will copy the body of the true body or use it for the race. Therefore, in the following years, he often entered the land of true coal, collected various resources and materials, exchanged them again and again, and obtained more and more contribution values. 29. This day, he collected another million contribution points in exchange for a true river secret medicine. Before you know it, the 800 years of the Tao have passed. At this time, Yi Tian's cultivation of the whole light replica body has also reached the limit of 9 awakening origin upper realm overlord. He is ready to hit the Tao realm. Certainly, he doesn't know how to use the real river secret medicine. Even if he uses the real river secret medicine, there is only a 20% success rate, and there is no difference between the 10% success rate and the 20% success rate for Yi Tian. The impact to the Tao realm will not be too big in the promise realm, but if it fails, it will be easy to be discovered. You have to find a few opportunities to leave here, hit the Tao realm in a remote place, and come back after success. Yi Tian decided. Afterwards, he left the true river valley on the grounds of going outside to find an opportunity, and then kept on shuttle until he came to a very remote debris. There are no living beings here, just hit the Tao realm here. Yi Tian secretly said. He first copied one body after another, and after the impact failed, he could continue the impact. Once the success rate is 10%, if you hit it a few times, you will be successful. Soon, the shock began. He used the star-gathering secret technique to start to absorb the power of the source, and this source power is not the source of the source world, but the source of this world. The combination of the secret texts in the records of the astral technique. He had already thoroughly understood these secrets of the Tao. Afterwards, he integrated it into his body and hit the Tao realm. Unexpected, Yi Tian's body began to crack, and was finally penetrated by the power of the Tao rules, and the whole body began to collapse. In the end, Yi Tian only broke through half a step, but his life was passing by. Failed. He is not surprised at all about this. If the 10% success rate can be successfully broken through for the first time, then luck is too good. Then, Yi Tian continued to hit the Tao realm. Soon, the second breakthrough failed. Continue to hit the Tao realm for the third time. Years passed, Yi Tian's luck was slightly worse, and it was not until the 9th time that he succeeded in breaking through, which was already considered very bad luck. Boom! Yi Tian's body is undergoing transformation, and his strength is undergoing an earth-shaking improvement. At this moment, his body is no longer an ordinary body, but a body of the Tao, exuding the aura of the rules of the Tao. After a long time, the cultivation of his body stabilized in the first realm to the initial stage of the Tao realm. However, in terms of real combat power, his body is not as good as the real body replica of the 8th balance realm. Of course, Yi Tian was just using this whole light to copy his body to gain some benefits, and he didn't use this copy body all the time. It's time to return to the True River Valley. Yi Tian quickly returned to Junhe Valley. When he returned to the True River Valley, it caused the shock of these supreme Tao realms in the True River Valley. Dongguang, you actually broke through. The Valley Master of Junhe Valley, Junhe, looked at Yi Tian with a surprised look. Gu Master, I was lucky enough to break through. Yi Tian said lightly. Ha ha ha, congratulations to Brother Dongguang. Brother Dongguang, congratulations. Everyone in the Tao realm congratulated each other. From their point of view, Yi Tian broke through to become the realm of the Tao and strengthened the strength of the True River Valley. Afterwards, a grand event was held in the entire Junhe Valley to congratulate the birth of the new realm of Tao. And with Yi Tian's cloned body breaking through to the realm of the Tao, he was also promoted by Junhe as the Elder of Junhe Valley. After becoming the Elder of the True River Valley, Yi Tian has come into contact with more knowledge, which is equivalent to stepping into another circle. This is Yi Tian's purpose. True River Secret 5 Mastery. Yi Tian learned this information and knew that it was impossible to obtain the formula of the True River Secret Medicine at present, and it was impossible for the True River Valley Master to give him the secret medicine formula. However, he can comprehend the secret texts of the Supreme Tao in the True River Valley. Junhegu has mastered a total of 312 secrets of the Tao, and the secrets of the Tao are 10,517 points of importance. For example, the secrets of the Tao are required to create the secrets of the Tao, and the secrets of the Tao are also needed to refine the weapons of the Tao, and even the secrets of the Tao are required. The formation method requires the secret script of the Tao. It can be said that the secret text of the ultimate way involves paths such as refining tools and formations. But there are only more than 300 secret texts of the Tao. Even if all of them are fully understood, it is difficult to create a secret technique that can impact the realm of Tao. Moreover, Yi Tian also knew that the Supreme Tao divine ability also needed the combination of the Supreme Tao secret script and the Supreme Tao rules before it could be created. Like the Zishan Poke created, it is actually a fake Supreme Divine Power, which is very far from the real Supreme Divine Power. There is a huge gap in strength between a person who masters the supernatural power of the supernatural power, and a supernatural realm who does not have supernatural powers. And the True River Valley is only a small force. Those who are in the realm of the Tao have not mastered the supernatural powers of the Tao, and even the Lord of the True River Valley has not mastered the supernatural powers of the Tao. It's not that they don't want to create supernatural powers, it's really impossible to create them, it's really too difficult. After all, they are not really geniuses in the realm of the Tao. If they are really geniuses, they can join the powerful forces, and there is no need to join the True River Valley. The Supreme Tao Divine Ability. If I can create several types of Supreme Tao Divine Ability, and then improve the Supreme Tao rules, maybe the combat power of the real body copying the body is enough to match the True River Valley Master. How can I quickly upgrade to the Tao rules? Yi Tian is going to ask other Supreme Tao Realm. Chapter 2776 to Tao Tianyuan. True River Valley, Taiju Temple. This is the residence of the Elder Taiju, a strong Taoist realm. Yi Tian came here to visit Elder Taiju. Too long Elder. Elder Dongguang. Yi Tian and Taiju said hello to each other. Immediately, they started talking. Gradually, Yi Tian asked the question of how to improve the rules of the Supreme Tao. Elder, for a long time, I found that the rules of the Supreme Tao are difficult to improve. Is there any way to quickly comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao? Yi Tian asked. Elder Taiju smiled bitterly. I also want to quickly comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao, but it is too difficult. It must be very slow to comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao by oneself, and we can only rely on external things, and our True River Valley is a small force, and there is no auxiliary participation. A treasure for comprehending the rules of the Tao. Any kind of treasure that can quickly assist in understanding the rules of the Tao will cause a lot of fighting in the realm of the Tao. However, some methods of the Tao can assist in understanding the rules of the Tao, such as the backside of our True River Valley. The backer of the Teizu Palace, has disclosed a method of the Taoist formation, the induction Tao Great Array. As long as you pay specific resources, you can use the induction Tao Great Array to understand the Taoist rules. Elder Taiju, the backing behind our Junhe Valley is Teizu Palace. Yi Tian was shocked. What kind of strength Tezu Palace is? He naturally knows that it is the top force in the Promise Domain, second only to the Promise Heavenly Palace. Although it is far less than the Promise Heavenly Palace, it also crushes other forces. It resounds through the entire Wuji Temple. True River Valley is a small force that can't be smaller, and it can actually be related to Tezu Palace. Elder Taiju continued. Because the son of the True River Valley owner of Junhei Valley and a woman from Tezu Palace are in the Taoist realm, they have a relationship with Tezu Palace, so we let Junhei Valley have a relationship with Tezu Palace. The materials found in the real world were all handed over to the Tezu Palace in exchange for some resources we needed. Even the True River secret medicine was obtained from the Tezu Palace, and the name was changed. Pipe. I see. Yi Tian is still surprised. How could such a weak force in the real River Valley create the formula of the real river secret medicine? It turned out to be from Tezu Palace. Although Junhegu has some relationship with Tezu Palace, this relationship is not very useful at all. It is also because of this that Junhegu dare not use the name of Tezu Palace indiscriminately. In addition, if Junhegu wants to borrow the Tao approaching formation, he has to give resources and materials, otherwise it will still be useless. Elder Dongguang, I advise you not to expect too much. I also want to borrow the Tao induction formation to understand the rules of the Tao, but unfortunately the materials and resources that Tezu Palace wants are too precious, I can't find it. Elder Ju said. Many thanks to Elder Taiju for his guidance. Yi Tian then left. For too long, the elder couldn't find the materials to use the Tao approaching formation, but it didn't mean that he couldn't find it. Taishuan ancient capital, it belongs to Tezu Palace. Yi Tian traveled continuously from the True River Valley and came here. There is a large array of approach roads here, and it is not too far from the True River Valley. After coming to the ancient capital of Taishuan, Yi Tian inquired a little, and then he knew the requirements of using the Tao induction formation. Tezu Palace has listed a lot of resource lists. As long as you gather some of the above resources, you can use the induction Tao Great Array. In fact, it was the Tezu Palace that earned it, but many Supreme Tao realms were too eager for the Tao induction formation, and they were willing to accept it even if they paid more. However, there is no way for ordinary small forces to gather these resources, and only some powerful forces attached to the Tezu Palace can hope to gather resources and allow a few to come here to comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao. And the induction Tao Great Array needs to wait for a batch of Tao realm to open together, and there is a time limit. The next time to open the Tao approaching formation will be after 1,300 years of Ji Tao, and the time is still sufficient. After Yi Tian learned about the materials that Tezu Palace needed, he purchased some information and was ready to collect these materials. After his research, he felt that the easiest material to obtain was undoubtedly the blood gold. There are many places in the Promised Territory that can breed Zidao blood gold, but the most recent place with the most blood gold is undoubtedly Zidao Tianyuan. Zidao Tianyuan used to be a battlefield in the ancient times of the Promise Realm, where countless Zidao realms fought, and finally countless Zidao realm blood was sprinkled here. In fact, Zidao blood gold is a kind of material that is gradually derived from Zidao stone plus Zidao blood in a special environment that absorbs the power of the source and the rules of Zidao. Both Tezu Palace and Wuji Tiangong are buying Zidao blood gold in large quantities, but what Zidao blood gold is used for, many Zidao realms do not know. Like the Dao Great Formation, if you want to use it once, you only need to collect 100 Dao blood gold. However, many Supreme Tao realms entered the Supreme Tao Tianyuan, and they fell into it without even finding a piece of Supreme Tao blood gold. The danger of Zidao Tianyuan is mainly due to the blood beasts of Zidao. They inherit the bloodline power of Zidao, coupled with the evolution of a special environment. They are powerful, but they lack wisdom, and they rely on the environment of Zidao Tianyuan. Once they come out, if they do, their body will not be able to maintain and will gradually collapse. Therefore, Zidao blood beasts belong to incomplete species and can only live in Zidao Tianyuan. In addition, the Supreme Tao realm above the third level cannot enter the Supreme Tao Tianyuan, and it is not really impossible to enter, but once entered, it will trigger the rules of the Supreme Tao Tianyuan to kill. The rules there are incomparably chaotic, and the power of the Supreme Tao rules left over from the ancient times, once this kind of rule power is triggered, can directly kill the third layer, even the fourth layer, and the fifth layer ultimate Tao realm powerhouse. Therefore, only the first-level Tao realm or the second-level Tao realm dares to enter the Tao Tianyuan. Certainly, Li Deshao, if you use special secret techniques or secret treasures, you can also let the third-level Taoist realm enter it, but you can't use your full strength. Zidao Tianyuan is very suitable for me. I can let the replica body explore again and again, and it shouldn't be difficult to find 100 Zidao blood gold. Yi Tian muttered to Yu. Then, he rushed to Dao Qianyuan. All the entrances of Zidao Tianyuan are controlled by Wuji Tiangong, Teizu Palace and other forces. If there is no relationship, they will not be able to enter. Yi Tian, the real elder, can go through the channel of Teizu Palace and stop it from the skin. Soon, he came to Zidao Tianyuan and entered. As soon as he entered the Supreme Dao Tianyuan, Yi Tian sensed the chaotic Supreme Dao rules, which were densely covered in the void. Find a safe place first and copy Dongguang to copy the body. Yi Tian decided. Chapter 2777 Gather to Dao Blood Gold. Yi Tian started duplicating his own body in an area not too far from the entrance to Dao Tianyuan. Soon, a replica body was successfully replicated. Then, one of the cloned bodies hid and restrained its aura, and the other cloned body began to penetrate deep into the Dao Qianyuan. Yi Tian is very careful, his copying body strength is not strong, and there are quite a few supreme blood beasts here that can easily kill him. After all, many second-level Taoist powerhouses have fallen here, and his strength has not yet reached the second-level Taoist realm. The ultimate blood beast. Yi Tian looked at the blood beast of the supreme Tao in front of him. The opponent's body exuded a powerful aura of rules, and his strength was absolutely comparable to the top first-level Tao realm powerhouse. His copy body should not be an opponent. Escape. Yi Tian performed the Tao flowing body technique and was ready to escape. But this blood beast is faster. Soon, Yi Tian was overtaken by this supreme blood beast, and the two sides fought a battle. Boom! The rules of the Tao continued to collide, and the two sides fought extremely fiercely. But in the end, Yi Tian still lost, and paid the price of his life. 517 just inflicted heavy damage on this supreme blood beast. Supreme Dao Tianyuan is really too dangerous, and those who are in the first realm of the Dao realm don't dare to come in. Yi Tian now finally understands the helplessness of the true River Valley Taiju Elder. Although he can collect materials to use the Dao induction formation, the Taiju Elder's strength is not enough, and he will definitely not survive if he enters the Dao Tianyuan and collects the Dao blood gold. And the blood gold is the easiest to collect among those materials. The ones who can really easily collect enough blood gold are those who are in the top second-level Taoist realm or almost invincible in the second-level Taoist realm. They combine a little bit, plus some life-saving things, as long as they don't go deep into the Dao Tianyuan. In the deepest part, he walked almost sideways, enough to collect a lot of blood gold. A first level to Dao realm like Yi Tian is too weak and almost certain to die. If he hadn't been able to copy one after another, and he didn't care about the death of the copy body, he wouldn't dare to come in. If my real copy body breaks through to the first level Dao realm, then I can really sweep to Dao Tianyuan. Yi Tian secretly said. But now, he has not obtained a large amount of resources, and he does not dare to rashly copy his own real body to copy the body in the promised domain. In the following days, Yi Tian tried to find the blood gold of the Supreme Dao again and again, but he often encountered the blood beast of the Supreme Dao, and there were too many powerful blood beasts of the Supreme Dao, and even many of them reached the second-level Supreme Dao realm. If he encounters a blood beast in the second-level Dao realm, his duplicate body will almost be killed by a few strokes. This day, Yi Tian finally found a piece of blood gold. This piece of supreme blood gold is hidden deep. If he hadn't fought with a supreme blood beast to reveal this piece of supreme blood gold, otherwise it would not be easy to find. Afterwards, he used other duplicate bodies to lead the way, and sacrificed a duplicate body, so that the blood gold of Zidao was safely returned. In the years that followed, Yi Tian slowly searched for the blood gold of the Dao, even if it took a long time to find a blood gold of the blood, but as time passed, the blood gold in his hand would be more. And, he often came out from Zidao Tianyuan, just to bring Zidao blood gold out safely, otherwise even if he stayed at the entrance of Zidao Tianyuan, there was a risk of falling. Unconsciously, more than 30 years of Zidao passed by. After such a long time, Yi Tian finally collected 100 pieces of blood gold. In addition to Zidao blood gold, he also obtained a lot of resources, all of which were very helpful to him. Since it was still a long time before the next opening of Zidao blood gold, he continued to collect various resources in Zidao blood gold and Zidao Tianyuan. Gradually, his harvest is more and more CJFJ. Before you know it, more than 1,000 years have passed. The land of eternity. Yi Tian's real body copying body is still the 8th equilibrium state. Because the origin of the entire eternal beyond land and the domain of reincarnation has been greatly reduced, although it is now stable, and there is no Wuji Supreme Dao tree to absorb the origin cannot be used for a long time, recovery, lack of resources. In addition, he is the 8th balance realm and needs more advanced resources, and there is no such resource in the domain of reincarnation. Therefore, it is difficult for his cultivation to improve, and he is far from the 8th balance limit. Dongguang's copying body has collected enough resources. If it is used in the hands of the real body copying body, it can definitely greatly improve the cultivation base, and there is absolutely no problem in reaching the 8th level of balance. Yi Tian thought to himself. But after so long, is Wu Ji Tiangong still searching for his trace? Want to try it? Yi Tian muttered. If Wu Ji Tiangong does not continue to search for his traces, he can hide somewhere in Wu Ji domain to cultivate. At that time, if the real body is copied and cultivated to the realm of the Tao, the strength will become extremely terrifying. Infinity domain. Market leader. This is a place where resources are relatively poor, and there are no powerful forces. Yi Tian came here and plans to copy his real body to copy his body here, and then give some resources to the real body to copy the body, and let the real body copy the body and then be honest here. Practical practice. Even if someone finds out, it doesn't matter. There are still a few origin realms in the Promise realm, and some Supreme Tao realms also came out of the origin realm. It is relatively rare for a source realm like the Samsara realm to be used by the Wuji Tiangong to cultivate the Wuji Supreme Tao tree. Some of the origin realms are mainly controlled by other forces, and Wu Ji Tiangong is too embarrassed to snatch them directly. Therefore, it is also auspicious for some origin upper realm overlords from the origin realm to appear in the Promise domain. Moreover, when he has broken through to the Taoist realm in the Promise domain, and his body is contaminated with the origin of the Promise domain, the aura belonging to the origin realm will be much lighter, and if he uses secret techniques to cover up his aura, it will definitely not be easy to find his identity. The real body is copied. The body is copied. Yi Tian handed over a part of the resources to the real clone body, and then Dongguang cloned the body and chose to leave. In the days that followed, Yi Tian practiced hard here to improve his own cultivation. Many of the resources he found from Zidao Tianyuan are very suitable for replicating the body of the real body, and can greatly improve the cultivation of the real body replicating body. Before you know it, another few years have passed. This day, the Tezu Palace's approaching Tao Great Array is about to open, and one who meets the requirements applies to the Tao realm to enter the approaching Tao Great Array. Chapter 2778 Zidao rules skyrocketed. Yi Tian paid 100 yuan Zidao blood gold, and naturally got this place. And Tezu Palace will not trace the origin of Dao Shuijin, as long as they give them the materials they need, it will be fine, and the others will not ask. Soon, the Great Array of approaches opened. Boom. The entire Taishuan ancient city seemed to be enveloped by the endless power of the rules of the Tao, and the prison that enveloped the reincarnation domain and the land of eternity was not worth mentioning at all compared to this great formation. Of course, the prison itself was only created to absorb the origin of the source realm, and it was not a big formation that was too powerful, and the two sides had different effects. And the price that Tezu Palace paid to build this great formation is absolutely unimaginable, far from what a mere prison can compare to. Boom. The Tao approaching formation was completely opened, and the Tao realm who got the quota passed through the passage one by one and entered the Tao Great Formation. During this period, all the Tao realm were very honest, and those who did not get a quota only dared to watch silently in Taishuan ancient capital, and did not dare to break in without authorization. In an incomparably long era, there was indeed a Tao realm who believed that he was powerful but did not obey the rules. Therefore, since then, no one in the Tao realm dared to die like this. Inside the Tao Great Array, there is a void world, and here is another platform. Yi Tian sits cross-legged here, and can vaguely sense other supreme Tao realms, but they are in different worlds in time and space, and they will not interfere with each other. Soon, the great way of approaching formation was completely closed, and all those who entered here were silently enlightened. Yi Tian also began to comprehend the rules of the Tao, and his other cloned bodies also started to comprehend at the same time, and cooperated with Dongguang's cloned body to comprehend. After all, Dongguang's talent for copying his body is not very good, and his understanding is not very good. And the comprehension of the real body copying the body is very high, so it is natural to comprehend together. It seemed that the endless rules of the Supreme Tao slowly flowed through the will, making him feel the more powerful rules of the Supreme Tao. At this moment, Yi Tian realized that the Supreme Tao rule that he realized was really weak, and even among the first-level Supreme Tao realm powerhouses, it was considered average. There is no way to do this. Those who are in the first realm of the Supreme Tao have comprehended the rules of the Supreme Tao in the Wuji domain. If it weren't for the fragments of the forbidden Tao Great Array, he would not have been able to comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao so far. The rules of the Supreme Tao contained in the prison fragments are too incomplete and too weak. This is the real rule of the Supreme Tao. Yi Tian looked extremely excited and gradually immersed in it. At this moment, he is just like a newborn baby, very curious about everything, gradually absorbs the knowledge of the outside world, and gradually grows up. Compared with the other Supreme Tao realms here, Yi Tian's comprehension is too terrifying, plus many copies of the body are comprehending together, the effect will obviously be better. At this time, Yi Tian is perfecting and making up for his own supreme rule step by step, thus moving towards perfection. And the more he comprehends the rules of the Tao, the more he understands the majesty and power of the rules of the Tao, and even the rules of the Tao displayed in the Great Tao formation are only a small part of the complete rules of the Tao. The Tao approaching formation will last for 5,000 Tao years, and the time is still quite sufficient. After all, many Supreme Tao comprehension talents are not good. If the time is too short, they are afraid that they will not be able to comprehend anything, and pay such a huge price. If they do not improve the Supreme Tao rules much, it will be a loss. You must know that many forces have paid a heavy price to allow a Supreme Tao realm to use the Tao induction formation. Tezu Palace will not give very little time to comprehend, otherwise who will collect all kinds of precious materials for Tezu Palace in the future? Year after year of the Tao passed, Yi Tian's rules of the Tao improved rapidly. 100 Tao year, 200 Tao years, 300 Tao year. When the rules of the Supreme Tao were greatly improved, Yi Tian's real body copying body cultivation base was also rapidly improving. With the help of those resources, he gradually reached the late stage of the 8th balance, and the distance was getting closer and closer. After 5,000 years of Taoism, such a long time is also a long time for Yi Tian. But for those who are in the realm of the Supreme Tao, 5,000 Tao is not a long time, it is just a retreat. Boom. Ask for Flowersa. The Tao Great Array began to vibrate, which was to move them out. Ah, the 5,000 Tao year has passed so quickly. I still want to study for a while. My bottleneck of the rule of the Tao is about to break, give me a few hundred more years of the Tao. Hey, time flies too fast, I can only find a way to gather some more materials in exchange for a quota. Yi Tian, like other Supreme Tao realm, is also a little reluctant. The efficiency of comprehending the Supreme Tao rules here is really too fast, the Supreme Tao rules are progressing too fast, and the strength will also improve a lot. Once you leave the Tao Great Formation, it is impossible to think about such rapid progress. Buzz. One person to the Tao realm was moved out, and Yi Tian was no exception. As soon as he came out, Yi Tian exuded a powerful aura of the rules of the Tao, attracting a lot of attention from the realm of the Tao, but he quickly converged to the aura of the rules of the Tao and quickly left here. Of course, other Supreme Tao realm did not care about Yi Tian. My 3 chi has been increased by 3, and the power of those magical powers has been greatly improved. With my current attainments in the rules of the Tao, and the secret texts of the Tao in the valley, after trying for a few years, there may be hope to create a magical power of the Tao. Quote. Yi Tian muttered, others in the Tao realm dare not try randomly, nor do they have their own background, nor do they have clones to let them do it randomly, but he can do it randomly. He felt that the possibility of creating a supernatural power was still very high. However, let's raise the cultivation base of the real body copy body to the 9th balance first. Once the real body copy body cultivation base breaks through, it will definitely be comparable to the combat power of the 2nd level to Tao realm. Yi Tian said confidently. Market leader. Yi Tian's real copy body cultivation base has reached the limit of the 8th balance, and he is ready to start the 9th balance. In order to make a breakthrough, he plans to use some incomparably precious resources to make the real body copy and refine, and there are also several secret medicines in the real river valley that are helpful for breakthroughs. Effect. For this breakthrough, he is prepared to spend a few more times, even if he can't break through once, then several times. He didn't believe that the cloned body of the real body couldn't raise the cultivation base to the 9th equilibrium state corpse. Chapter 2779 The 9th balance, breakthrough. First update. After everything was ready, Yi Tian began to strike the 9th balance for the first time. It has to be said that the shackles of the 9th balance realm are really indestructible, just like the difficulty of ordinary people beating a stone wall. Boom. Under the impact again and again, Yi Tian's body seemed to be shattered. In order to be able to break through, he even resorted to the rules of the Tao. He felt that if he did not rely on the rules of the Supreme Tao, the probability of breaking through was too low, maybe 1 in 10,000. With the help of the Tao rules, the success rate will skyrocket. Of course, it is also very dangerous to break through the rules of the Tao. With the help of the Tao rules, Yi Tian continued to strike the balance for the 9th time. After a while, the bottleneck was abruptly torn apart by Yi Tian, but there was a problem in the fusion process of the three forces. Immediately, the May 17th balance was broken, Yi Tian's body shattered, and even if it healed quickly, the hidden injury inside was difficult to recover. Breakthrough failed. In this regard, Yi Tian is not surprised at all. If it succeeds at one time, it would be strange. He took the 4th path, and every step was extremely difficult, that is, he had the hope of succeeding. If it was another origin upper realm overlord, there was no way he could improve his cultivation to the level he is now. After recopying a cloned body, Yi Tian started a second attack. No doubt, the second time failed. In the following years, Yi Tian hit the 9th balance realm again and again, and after failing 7 times, he succeeded in breaking through the 9th balance realm in the 8th time. Boom! Endless energy poured into his body. The energy of the ruins pole leader is relatively poor, resulting in a bit of movement. Fortunately, there are no strong people here, so it did not attract much attention. The energy of the ruins extreme collar is poor, but it is also many times richer than the current source world, which is enough for my breakthrough. Yi Tian's physical fitness continued to skyrocket, and this time the improvement was relatively large. And after the 9th time of balance, his reincarnation Haoshan body, reincarnation Haoshan origin, and the will of the origin realm were completely and perfectly integrated into a new energy. This new energy is very powerful, and even after absorbing the power of the rules of the Tao, some subtle words gradually happened. This energy is called the power of reincarnation. Yi Tian muttered. After a long time, his body transformation can be regarded as truly stable. This time, not only the rules of the Supreme Tao have been greatly improved, but I have also reached the 9th time of balance. With my current strength, it is absolutely comparable to the powerful second-level Tao realm. When I create the Supreme Tao magical powers, my strength can be called the most powerful. The top second layer to Tao realm powerhouse. Yi Tian estimated. So in the following years, he tried to create the supernatural power. True Valley. Junhe Library. Yi Tian came here. As the elder of Junhe Valley, he can enter here for free to browse various inheritances. There are many incomplete experiences of Taoist supernatural powers left by the elders or obtained from the outside world. In countless years, he was not the only one who wanted to create the supernatural power. Other elders also tried, although they all failed, and did not dare to continue to try, but more or less left a little experience. These experiences come together, and it is also a lot of experience. Yi Tian came here to browse these experiences and the traces of the incomplete Supreme Tao divine ability, which would help him create the real Supreme Tao divine ability. After a period of time, he browsed through all the incomplete and divine power experiences here. Most of these experiences are wrong. If you create the supernatural power based on their experience, it will definitely not work. However, these experiences are still very useful, at least I can avoid many detours. What I lack now is the experience in the realm of the Tao, and this just makes up for my lack of this aspect. 1. Then, he left the Junhe bookstore. Then, he silently began to create supernatural powers. During the period, nothing happened in Junhe Valley, but the elders occasionally held meetings to discuss how to develop Junhe Valley. Before you know it, another 1,000 years have passed. This day, Yi Tian finally created a suitable supernatural power. This supernatural power was created based on the supernatural powers of Zishan Poke and many other marksmanship. He named this supernatural power as the supernatural spear art. This supernatural power has unparalleled terrifying speed, penetrating power, and explosive power. Even if the first-level Tao level Dongguang replicates his body to use this supernatural power, a single blow can instantly kill a powerful first-level Tao level expert, enough to injure a top-level first-level Tao level expert. Of course, if he encounters other first-level Supreme Tao realm that has created Supreme Tao magical powers, it is not necessarily an opponent. But in the Promise realm, the powerhouses who can create the supernatural powers of the Tao are almost all in the second level or even the third-level Taoist realm. Therefore, it is almost an invincible existence to be able to create the first-level Supreme Tao realm, which can create supernatural powers. And Yi Tian's copying body is not invincible at present, because he has not yet reached the peak of the first-level Dao realm, and the foundation of this copying body is not strong, so his strength cannot reach the first-level Dao. Invincible. But if the real body is copied with the ultimate Dao spear technique, that is the real terror. In an instant, it can instantly kill the ordinary second-level Dao level powerhouse and severely damage the powerful dual-level Dao level. One supernatural power is not enough. If I create a few more supernatural powers, my true body copying physical strength can be called invincible in the second-level supernatural realm. Yi Tian secretly said. So in the following years, he continued to study the supernatural powers. Of course, he created the news of the supernatural powers, and Junhegu did not know about it. In the eyes of outsiders, he is still just an ordinary True River Valley elder, not worth mentioning. Decades to years later, Yi Tian and many other True River Valley elders received a notice from the Lord of the True River Valley on 5.9 and asked him to go to a meeting. True River Hall. A supreme Taoist realm descended, and they all gathered here. Many elders thought this was just an ordinary meeting, but the real River Valley Master said as soon as he opened his mouth, "Everyone, there is a very important thing to call you here this time." 1. Hearing the words of the True River Valley Master was very serious, many elders also became serious and listened. The Lord of Junhe Valley continued. You should know that my son Junyang and Miaoan of Tezu Palace are both Taoist companions, and Miaoan's status is related to the future of our Junhe Valley. This time, Tezu Palace has a training plan, and Miaoan is competing for this spot. Once successful, Miaoan will have an unlimited future in the future, becoming a third level or even a fourth level Taoist. And Miaoan needs the help of our True River Valley, and I hope you can help. Chapter 2780 The Ninth Strange Land, Xuanline Mountain Realm, Second More. Tai Su Gong Miaoan asked us to help. The elders who waited for too long were not excited, but frowned one by one. At this time, an elder asked, Valley Master, what kind of help do you need to help, and how dangerous is it? If you don't understand, we will definitely not go. The other elders also had this attitude. After all, they had reached the realm of the Tao and lived very comfortably in the True River Valley. In addition, the True River Valley had the protection of the Tezu Palace, so there was no problem for a long time. So, they also don't want to take risks. Of course, if they can help, they will still help. After all, the Junhe Valley can live here with such a weak force, and Miaoan's help is very great. At this time, the True River Valley Master said, everyone should know the ninth strange place in the Promised Territory, the Xuanline Mountain Realm. This Xuanline Mountain Realm only allows the entry of creatures below the third level to the Taoist realm, and even the second level to the Taoist realm, the strength will be greatly reduced. Suppression. Therefore, in the Xuanline Mountain Realm, several first-level Taoist realms unite, which is enough to deal with the second-level Taoist realm. Tezu Palace plans to let a group of Taoist geniuses enter the Xuanline Mountain 29 realm and find some materials that Tezu Palace wants. Whoever finds more, will get better grades, and will also be included in the sequence that Tezu Palace has vigorously cultivated. 1. Miaoan is under a lot of competitive pressure now, and Tezu Palace does not allow non-subordinate forces to participate. Our Junhe Valley is under the command of Tezu Palace, so we can participate. At present, Miaoan has recruited more than 30 people to the realm of Tao, but it is still not enough, so I hope you can help me with you. 1. Hearing the words of the True River Valley Master, many elders frowned even more. Xuanline Mountain Realm, isn't this a little dangerous? Elder Taiju said. The other elders also responded. Xuanline Mountain Realm is the ninth strange place. There are many resources in it, but it is also very dangerous. If you enter the Tao realm at the first level, the possibility of falling is very high. We want to help too, but we don't want to risk our own lives. True River Valley Lord, we are only the first level Tao realm, not the second level Tao realm. I don't really want to go. Even the elders were unwilling, and the face of the True River Valley Master was very ugly. If the elders of the real River Valley are unwilling to go, Miaoan will be very dissatisfied with the real River Valley after knowing it. Although his son Junyang he Miaoan is a Taoist relationship, but only Junyang has a relationship with her. Miaoan doesn't care about Junhegu. If Junhegu doesn't help her, maybe she will give up. Bless Junhegu. In these long years, Junhegu has gained a lot of benefits by relying on the relationship of Tezu Palace. If this relationship is lost, Junhegu will have a hard time in the future. Elders, Miaoan promises that once the resources are obtained in the Xuanline Mountain Realm, they will be distributed according to the level of effort. In addition, each person who has reached the Tao realm can obtain a golden secret medicine from the Tezu Palace. As soon as they heard the golden secret medicine, many elders were ecstatic, and all of them were moved. The gold-flowing secret medicine is not an ordinary thing, it is a secret medicine that helps the first level to the Taoist realm to impact the second level to the Taoist realm. There is no such secret medicine in the true river valley at all. According to the data, there is a 30% chance that the golden elixir will help a strong person who is at the peak of the first level to reach the Tao realm, but there is only one chance to hit the Tao. Medicine is useless. In the past, the golden elixir rarely flowed out of the Tezu Palace, and no amount of Tao coins could buy a single golden elixir. If one obtains a secret medicine of flowing gold, and then obtains some resources from the Xuanline Mountain realm, it is not without hope that he will become the third-level Taoist realm in the future. Behind these elders is not only themselves, but also huge families. With their own strength, they can bless their families to a higher level. So, a little adventure is worth it. Gu Master, I am willing to help. Elder Taiju said first. Other elders also expressed their willingness to go to Xuanline Mountain. Yi Tian naturally indicated that he was going, maybe he could take advantage of this opportunity to get some more resources, so as to help his real body copy his body to reach the realm of the Tao. The clone of the real body is now the 9th balanced state. Because the foundation is too strong, it is very difficult to break through in the future, and the resources spent are unimaginable. There are not so many resources for him to cultivate to the first level to the realm. So, he has to collect a lot of resources. If the real body duplicates the body and breaks through to the first level Taoist realm, then the strength is extremely terrifying, and it may even be comparable to the third level Taoist realm or even the fourth level Taoist realm combat power. Seeing that all the elders were willing to help, the true River Valley Master sneered to himself, these guys are willing to take risks only when they see the benefits. However, he can also understand. If the person he wants to help is his son's Taoist companion, he will not be so concerned. Elders, prepare well, bring all life-saving items with you, and this matter cannot be publicized. After all the real river valleys to the Taoist realm are dispatched. If it spreads out, it will be a little dangerous. In case there is a strong Taoist realm, if someone comes to attack the real river valley and snatch the resources of the real river valley, it will not be good. Therefore, for publicity, we are all in retreat. As long as it's not too long, it's fine, said the true River Valley Master. 517 inches yes. Many elders responded one by one. Tezu Palace. Mysterious Palace. Miaoan is instructing her subordinates to prepare for the Xuanline Mountain realm. She is one of the descendants of the Palace Master of Xuanmiao Palace. She has a good position in Tezu Palace, the pinnacle of Taoism. This time, Tezu Palace plans to vigorously train a group of geniuses at the Taoist realm. The quota is only 36, and their cultivation is limited to the third-level Taoist realm and the second-level Taoist realm. Among them, the second-level Taoist realm is only 6 quota. That is to say, she needs to compete for these 6 places with other geniuses of the second level to the Tao realm. Even she doesn't have much confidence, but she must go all out. Wow, a young man wearing a blue Taoist uniform appeared and walked to Miaoan's side. Miaoan, my father has heard news that the elders of the real river valley will come to help, and my father will also come to help. This young man is Junyang, the son of Junhe Valley Lord. Junyang's talent is also very good. With Miaoan's help, his cultivation base has now reached the late stage of the second-level Taoist realm. His strength is slightly weaker than Miaoan's, but his future potential is still good. Question.